Welcome. Folks, you can be next here. Listen tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. when I play the Golden Truth Ticket soundbite of the day. Be the appropriate number caller when you hear that soundbite played back, and you win a Golden Truth Ticket. Know the prize, secret prize. Know the secret prize word of the day. And you win two Golden Truth Tickets here. But you don't have to wait for that. You can get your tickets right now at winapoundofgold.com.
We don't know if there's gold in the hills of Dahlonega, Georgia, but we do know there's a pound of gold in the Mike Church vault, and all you have to do to win it is listen for the golden sound of the day. Weekday mornings at 6 a.m. on The Mike Church Show at MikeChurchShow.com and on YouTube at Real KingDude. For the last time, I'm pretty sure what's killing the crops is this Brondo stuff.
The Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
So wait a minute. What you're saying is that you want us to put water on the crops?
Yes.
Water? Like out the toilet?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be out of the toilet, but yeah, that's the idea.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Okay, look, the plants aren't growing. So I'm pretty sure that the Brondo's not working. Now, I'm no botanist, but I do know that if you put water on plants, they grow.
Well, I've never seen no plants grow out of no toilet.
Hey, that's good. You sure you ain't the smartest guy in the world?
Yeah.
So let's go back.
Okay, look, you want to solve this problem. I want to get my pardon, so why don't we just try it, okay? And not worry about what plants crave.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
Yeah, it's got electrolytes.
What are electrolytes? Do you even know?
It's what they use to make Brondo.
Yeah, but why did they use them to make Brondo?
Because Brondo's got electrolytes.
So we have an update on the rules of the game. You are allowed to discriminate against and be a bigot towards Catholics. We already knew that. Now, you are allowed to discriminate against and be a bigot towards and even commit violent crimes against white girls who play in the NBA. Just thought I'd let everybody know. It's a free phone Friday, live Mike Church Show asking the question of the day.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
Well, I'll tell you.
Oh, and remember, Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
It's free phone. It's free phone.
Yes, sir. one in the month of June. Call-in line telephone number to take me up on this kind, benevolent, beneficent offer. Use of these radio airwaves and television airwaves. Call me sometime when you have no class. 844-527-8723. 844-5-CRUSADE. Email address, same as it ever has been. Often given out. So rarely. As a matter of fact, the month of June, not once. But June isn't over yet, so we hold out eternal hope. I am KingDude at protonmail.com. It's I-A-M KingDude at protonmail.com. And the Crusader Mike Church Show Stadium chat room is open for all of your commentary at crusadechannel.com/chat. Here on a free phone Friday, also the last Friday before the gold giveaway and raffle next Thursday, obviously, your station and home for the 2026 Win a Pound of Gold. And the ticket sales are still a little lackluster, but there are a lot of new people that have come in to the contest and to the raffle drawing this year, so we're very happy about that. Get your tickets right now. Don't wait. I'll play the soundbite of the day next segment, but you don't have to wait. You can go and get yours right now, or 20, or 50, or 100. Hey, try to corner the market and increase your odds. Gold's at about $48,000 today for 1 troy pound. Go to winapoundofgold.com. Winapoundofgold.com. A couple of Supreme Court cases came out yesterday. We were actually on air, so we got to announce them. I think there were 4. And I didn't get a chance, I announced them, but I didn't get a chance to really talk about them. And they were, the last one, fourth and final opinion, was Mullen versus Doe. And this was a big one. This was a challenge to ending TPS status for Syrian as temporary protected status for Syrian and Haitian nationals. A court holds that Syrian and Haitian nationals are not entitled to orders postponing the terminations during litigation. Basically, there were 2 major rulings that were victories for Don John of Mordor yesterday for President Trump and his stated immigration policy of deport, and deny asylum. So the deportations now can begin in earnest, and there's nothing any leftard or any pinko commie socialist can do about it. They've run out of all of their judicial options. Now, this is not going to stop the American Commie Liberties Union, the ACLU, and the rest of the agitators. This is not going to stop them from going right back to the same lower courts that ruled in their favor and filing the exact same claims again. That's exactly what they're going to do. And, of course, the Trump administration is going to say that you can't do that because the SCOTUS has ruled, and there's already been a decision made on it. But it's not going to stop them from doing it. It should, though, stop the process of halting the deportations and then holding the hand up. The Statue of Liberty is going to be going, bye. It's going to be doing a baby Groot going, hi. Instead of going hi, it's going to be going, bye. Yeah, you can turn that boat around and go back from whence you came. Go and make your country great again. So there were 2 rulings yesterday. We're still waiting on Trump versus Barbara. Now, I think, is it today the last day of the session? I want to say that today is the day that they have to come out. There were 18 rulings. We got 5 on Tuesday. We got 4 yesterday. That's 9. So they got 9 more to go. And Trump versus Barbara is the big one. If the court sides with Trump versus Barbara, then birthright citizenship is over. Now, I don't know how to write the opinion for the people that are already here and how you address that, because the Constitution says you can't make, as it calls it, ex post facto, which basically means after the fact. But if the court holds that, no, this has always been the law. You guys made up birthright citizenship. It's not a law. And the court and the states don't have to honor it. And therefore, we are basically then returning to a legal place in these United States where if you bear a child here on this continent, but you hail from another country, that child is a citizen of the country you are currently a citizen of or owe allegiance to. Now, this may sound kind of like a boring way to start a Free Fall Friday, but it's not, because there's another case that I'm going to talk about this one, but the big one I want to talk about is the one from Hawaii. So. This is, no, that's not this. Monsanto was the first one. Here it is. Okay. The second case is called Wolford, Wolford. And I'll just read from the Epic Times breakdown of it. The court ruled 6-3 that a Hawaii law restricting residents from carrying concealed weapons in stores and hotels violates the Constitution. Maggie, can you go to SCOTUS blog and see who wrote the majority opinion? It may have been Alito. The law barred handguns from privately owned public places such as gas stations and shopping malls without the owner's permission. Justice Alito said the state law could not stand because the Second Amendment has the same meaning in all parts of the United States. Now, folks, I have to get a little geeky and nerdy here in order to properly cover this story, this particular case, and this decision, because it was Alito. I just think that he's wrong on this one, and I think that he is honoring Scalia's take on this because he was in that. There were two previous cases. There was the Heller decision, and there was the McDonald decision. So in Heller and McDonald, the basic principle is that the Second Amendment covers all firearm transactions from here to the ice world of Hoth, to the Motara Nebula and back. It's universal, but it's not. This is what is called incorporation. And the danger here is, okay, so you right now have a conservative majority, as they call it, on the Supreme Court, thanks to Trump's three nominees. What if you didn't? What if you had Democrat Socialists of America having 6 justices or 5 justices on the Supreme Court on the SCOTUS? And there was another case that was brought, and it was just an outright ban and confiscation of guns. Let's just say it was passed in California. And the court could then rule that the Second Amendment didn't guarantee any such protection, that it only guaranteed it for state militia or however they would rule, and that the gun confiscations can begin. Then you would say, well, it's the law of the land because the court has passed it, or the court has said so. So if you can incorporate against the states on this angle or with this angle, then you can incorporate against the states on the takeaway angle. And as we have always said, going all the way back to 2007, 2008 or so here on this show, RE, the Second Amendment, and the first 10 amendments, the incorporation doctrine, as they call it, as the legal scholars call it, is an affront to the Bill of Rights and to the Constitution. The Constitution was never to be used as a club to beat the states over the head with and say, citizen, you will obey your federal overlords. And this isn't obey your federal overlords. The Heller, and when they came out, we talked about it, the Heller decision was a disaster. The McDonald decision made the Heller decision a bigger disaster, and now you see why. So they set a horrible precedent incorporating the Second Amendment for use against the states. And now, if the state of Louisiana or any other state wants to pass certain common sense restrictions on gun purchasing, say, basically this decision says that you can't. Well, then is a state really a state? If a state doesn't have the right to regulate, let's just say, municipal acts of violence inside its own state, what do you need a state for then? Where is the regulations? They're going to come from Congress? These people can't get out of their own. They can't get out of. They can't avoid their own shadows. The Hawaii law hobbles what the Second Amendment protects, according to the opinion, inconveniencing lawful gun owners by forcing them to avoid all the territory where the possession of a gun is prohibited outright, but they may also be barred from entering many places that people routinely visit in the course of their daily routines. Does that include my home? What if I invite you to a party and I say, I know that you like to pack, but we're going to have a bunch of young kids here, and even though I completely and totally trust you, I would just prefer that you not carry today. Now, I'm not giving you my personal opinion. I'm just giving you an example of how this could go down. Could you cite the Walford case and say that I can bring my gun in anywhere and I don't have to ask your permission? That the Second Amendment is universal. It goes from here all the way to the Ice World of Hoth and the Motara Nebula and back. And that you can't tell me no. I just this doesn't even sound like it has that it makes practical sense. Now, let me give you an angle on this where I would agree with the decision. And since I haven't read it, I don't know that this is not in it, but I would agree with it. Say we mean what we say when we say a well-regulated militia. And we're talking about actual militias. And what does a militia do? Well, a militia keeps and bears arms and protects the people inside any given state from invasion or insurrection or whatever. Say there was a war that breaks out and you happen to be on a border state, like you're in Texas or whatever, you're basically the first line of defense before the federales could be called out. And so it would make sense that the Second Amendment was saying, oh, no, you can't stop them from forming a militia, keeping and bearing arms, and then going down to the border to stop the Mexicans like they were trying to storm the Alamo. It's used an example. What if a militia had actually been called out? And so the militia was actually in force and was deployed, if you will. Well, now I would agree with the decision. And I would say that Alito's right. If we're talking about a militia, then we are talking about a deployment. And at that point, it is for the public, for the common good, and for self-defense. And you should be able to pack basically anywhere you go so that you can carry out the function of a militia, which is to protect. But I don't think that that's the way the decision was written. And it's just disappointing here because this court has gotten so much right and they get this one wrong. But I'm telling you, it's probably because of Heller and McDonald. You know, I want to say that Justice Clarence Thomas was the dissent in the Heller case. and that Thomas has pretty much said what I'm saying right now, and that the Second Amendment is a state right. It's not an individual right. So we'll talk more about it. We've got that. Is it legal to beat up white girls in public? Apparently it is. Not only is it legal, it pays well. What is going on in this thing called the WNBA with Caitlin Clark? And we'll talk about it when we come back.
We don't know if there's gold in the hills of Dahlonega, Georgia, but we do know there's a pound of gold in the Mike Church vault, and all you have to do to win it is listen for the golden sound of the day. Weekday mornings at 6 a.m. on The Mike Church Show at MikeChurchShow.com and on YouTube at Real KingDude.
Membership has its privileges.
American Express was right back in the 1970s. Membership has its privileges, and no membership privilege is greater to a Red, White, and Dude Nation listener than membership in the elite membership club that is the Dude Number. Here's Lee to tell you how to get yours.
That's right, King Dude. Membership does have its privileges. And when it comes to the Dude Number, applying for membership has never been easier. Just head to mikechurch.com/dude to start the membership process. Your unique and one-of-a-kind membership and all the privileges that come with it awaits you. As a member, you'll enjoy private chat groups, VIP privileges to all Mike Church Show events, early access to new Dude-geared store items, and of course, your unique Dude Number.
Dude 1210 reporting all quiet on the Eastern Front.
This is Mike's favorite punching bag, Dude number 13.
Hi, this is Steve. My Dude number is 2112.
Dude number 2004, proud member of the Red, White, and Dude Nation reporting for duty.
Become a part of something bigger than any talk show there is and apply for your Dude Number today at mikechurch.com/dude.
Membership has its privileges.
I think I'll go to sleep and dream about piles of gold getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Here's a piles and piles of gold fun fact. When making Raiders, Spielberg chose the Golden Ark of the Covenant because he knew audiences wouldn't go, ooh, ah, if Nazis stole a parchment scroll containing a psalm. Now, we don't know where the lost Ark is, but we do know that Mike Church has 1 troy pound of gold in his safe, and that he's going to give it away on July 2nd, and you don't have to say, ooh, ah, to win it.
Win Mike Church's Pound of Gold. Tickets on sale now exclusively at winapoundofgold.com. Ark of the Covenant sold separately.
In 1983, ZZ Top made the song and it was true from the time that song came out till around 2010, when girls stopped going crazy over a sharp-dressed man because men stopped dressing sharply. Cargo shorts, flip-flops, and tank tops became all the rage for men's public casual wear, to say nothing of how they dressed for mass. Well, as my listeners and viewers know, there's hardly anything more important to me than being a sharp-dressed man. And to help you become one, I'm introducing the official necktie of the Mike Church Show, Proselytize, whose designs are not only striking, they're 100% Catholic. You will look fantastic and like a sharp-dressed Catholic man in your Proselytize neckties. Available now in the Mike Church Show haberdashery at shop.mikechurch.com. Shop for ties, caps, t-shirts, and much more in the Mike Church Show haberdashery at shop.mikechurch.com. What caller number were we supposed to take? Caller number 7.
This is Mike's favorite punching bag, Dude number 13.
Well, I already know what you're going to do with your pound of gold. You're going to buy new septic tanks, probably buy a new house after that.
I mean, the septic tank system's still not paid off for us.
You do a Tim Allen, win a pound of gold, you do home improvement?
I think that's probably where most of it would go, yeah. Our home is we're quickly outgrowing our home.
Well, Jeff, that's a good problem to have, to be outgrowing your home. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, give me the secret code word of the day to prove to people that you actually have to go to the site and you actually have to watch the video to get it.
Absolutely. I mean, you need some moolah to get some home updates, so.
All right, Schaefer 13, you are in the winner's circle. You got 2, not 1, but 2 shots to win that gold. Thanks for playing the game.
I'll be sure to purchase some more.
Okay, buddy. In the meantime, you can go to winapoundofgold.com. Support the Crusade Radio Guild, who is here to protect, defend the good, the true, and beautiful through live television and talk radio.
The Crusade channel knows what the remedy for the fall is. But we also know that we're not the remedy. We just promote and defend it.
Oh, really?
And because we have no O'Reillys and Lowers leering luridly on our airwaves, you can listen with your fair maidens.
Really?
Really? The Crusade channel. Remedy-sized truth from radio-sized speakers.
Moving forwards, using all my breath. Making love to you was never second best. I saw the world crashing all around your face. Never really knowing it was always mesh and lace. I'll stop the world and melt with you. You've seen the difference and it's getting better
all the time.
There's nothing you and I won't do.
You know, they're still searching for survivors in that earthquake in Venezuela. And if you've seen any of the footage, it's actually horrifying.
Better lives, the kind which never hates. Trapped in a state of imagination.
People that are flatlanders and don't live where there are faults or fault lines maybe can't, like me, can't appreciate what it's like living near a fault line or on a fault line where the earth actually moves. I mean, they have surveillance camera footage in some of these buildings that have now collapsed that was apparently being streamed or stored off-site and not on the site. I saw one where the people were coming down the stairs. It was in one of those apartment buildings, and they were trying to get out, and they were running toward the camera, and you could see, because the camera was pointing at a staircase which was landing on the ground floor, and you could see that the staircase was moving from left to right, like, I don't know, 8-10 feet. I mean, just massive shift back and forth. And you see this, and just think of the absolutely incredible power of Earth, of God's creation of Earth. And we puny humans think that we have complete and total control over it. And then we arrogantly think, oh, no, just go over there to the global thermostat. Oh, just tap it down a few degrees. Oh, sure, we can do that. Or go over to the global thermostat. No, just tap it up a few degrees. Oh, yeah, we can do that. We're the masters of the universe. And then you see a thing like an earthquake, and you go like, yeah, we're not in control. This is why God is the creator and you are a creature. Kind of like the same thing when a volcano erupts. You know the movie, what was it called? Was it Dante's Peak? Pierce Brosnan was in it. But basically based on what happened when Mount St. Helens erupted, 1980 or 1981. And in one of the scenes, the pyroclastic cloud is coming down the side of the mountain with all the molten hot ash. And it incinerates everything in its path, where 60 seconds before, there was nothing but beautiful pine and spruce trees just growing 80, 100 feet up toward the sky. And then the cloud comes down and just zaps them. It vaporizes them. That's the power of Earth. Or you see footage of a tsunami. like the one that happened in the pedo palaces in Indonesia, and that's what they were. They were pedo palaces. But to see the footage of the tsunami coming in, there's nothing you can do about it. It's absolutely, there's no response to it other than God is great and the earth is magnificent. And, to think of the forces that are brought to bear during an earthquake. My brother was dude number 2 was living in L.A. and what did they call the quake? I think it was in 1990, was it 94? There was a name for that particular quake. And, of course, we all asked him about it. And he said, well, just imagine that you're standing on the floor and it's like someone or something is moving the floor, the entire structure, left and right for like 30 seconds. And you're just trying not to fall down at that point. So in any event, pray for the people in Venezuela. This is just a little known factoid. In the census that was taken in 1990 in Venezuela, before the socialist pinko commies. By the way, if you want to see what life would be like for an entire nation living under Zoran, the moron, Kami Mandami, go to Venezuela and you'll see it. You want to see what life is like living under Democrat, the DSA, Democrat Socialist of America, go to Venezuela and you can get a first-person view of what it's like. But in 1990, they took a census in Venezuela when it was still democratic and free. And they asked, in the census, they asked for religious preference if you had one. It came back as the highest in all of South America, probably the highest in all of the Americas. 93% of Venezuelans professed being Catholics. Chew on that for a minute. And by the way, Hugo Chavez, who was the socialist pinko commie ringleader, said he was a Catholic. I can still remember St. John Paul II visiting Venezuela and being photographed alongside of Chavez, and Chavez going to Mass. So, in any event, it's a tragedy that has befallen the people. Man, did you see the latest pictures, Maggie, from the helicopters, where they're showing the entire, the basement, the pit that was dug for some of these tall buildings? That's all that's left. The buildings are laying on the side, and all that's left is a giant hole in the ground, 70, 100 feet deep. It's just absolutely incredible. All right. What else are we going to talk about here today on this show? Well, we're coming up on the 250th, right? So we have been talking about, why aren't people excited about it? And is there anyone that is excited about it? I'm going to try to get you a little excited about it today. We're going to, last night on Thursday Night Throwdown, that almost none of you attended, and that's okay. You can watch it on YouTube today, but don't cheat in what I'm about to tell you.
You know they're going to cheat.
So I wrote 12 questions. So last night we did American Patriot Trivia Night, and it was a lot of fun. People really enjoyed it, and that's because the questions I think were cool. During today's program, I'm going to give you a chance to answer said questions. Now, it would be really fun to do this with a couple of contestants that would call the program and would actually, and I could say, okay, contestant number 1, contestant number 2, this is John Doe, this is Jane Doe. If you think you have the answer to the question, shout your name out, or George Washington, or Patrick Henry, or whatever. Just give us a clue, and then I'll let you answer it. First person that answers the most, we'll give them a 35th anniversary Mike Churchill T-shirt, or a copy of the Road to the Road Independent, in some of our documentaries, or something like that. That would make it really fun, but anytime that we've tried to do this and get people to call. It is literally like, I have a pair of pliers here. Actually, I do have a pair of pliers right over there. I have a pair of pliers here, and it's like literally like sticking it in listeners' mouths and trying to pull a tooth out. It's literally like that. So we'll play the game next hour, and you can play in the chat room at crusadechannel.com/chat. I'll just let Maggie be the referee and determine who it is that gets the answer right and gets it first. No, Bob Kopka, you can't play. Because he played last night. It wouldn't be fair. He already knows the answers. So the people, if you played last night, you can't play today. What is this? I must have missed this, Maggie. What is this file footage that they keep looping on CNN? Of this 777 taking off. I have no idea. You're not aware of this. Okay, because I just started seeing it. Some 777 took off, and it's a really good, it's high definition video. And as it's taking off, the plane's coming towards you, and it says Qatar on the belly of the plane. So I assume that that's Qatar, the Qatari Airlines or Qatar Airlines. As the plane is taking off, it starts to clear the land, but then it starts to list to the right.
All right, so the FAA is investigating the video of the Boeing 777. It performed an unauthorized, extremely low altitude pass over a Texas airport.
Oh, so it wasn't taking off.
No.
So it came in and pretended like it was going to land, and then rolled out. Well, its right wing almost touched the tarmac. Watch, there it is right there. Can you grab the screen from the Clinton News Network so that people can see what we're talking about? And of course, now it's gone. You know what's going to happen? This was a terrorist attack. That's what they're going to say about that.
I'm on TV.
Okay, there it is. So I'm watching this, and I'm going like, well, I didn't see this story. FAA investigating video of huge jet flying just maybe 20, 30 feet.
It was freaking low.
Now, this is, I'll tell a story.
I hate this stupid TV. I really do. Is it going to show it again or not?
Apparently not. There it is. And, of course, as soon as you say that, there it is.
There it goes.
See, and it banks to the right. Looks like that tip of that wing, just raised the ground.
Horseshoe Bay, Texas.
Horseshoe Bay, Texas. Now, why would a Qatari Airlines 777 be trying to land or faking a landing in Horseshoe Bay, Texas? That doesn't sound like a metropolis airport. I was on a American Airlines flight. I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was in 2022. Or was it 2023? It was 2022. No, it was 2023. I flew out of Lafayette. I went to the St. Benedict Center Conference. Maggie dropped me off. And then on the return flight on that Tuesday, we were coming in for landing. And this is the one and only time this has ever happened to me. So some of you that are listening, I know at least one or two of you that are airline pilots. So maybe you can explain what happened here. So the captain comes on and says, hey, we're on our final approach. Flight attendants, take your seats, etc. The seatbelt light goes on if it's not already on. And if you got a window seat, you're looking out the window and you're getting closer and closer and closer to the ground. And so we're coming in for a landing, and we're coming right into the Lafayette Airport, which is a wonderful little airport. The small airports are a lot of fun because you get in right. The TSA is almost invisible. It's almost like it was pre 9/11. And Lafayette Airport's kind of like that. So we're coming in, we're getting closer and closer and closer, and I can actually see the runway now. Like, we're 20 feet from touchdown. It's lower and lower and lower. And then it was never explained. The captain never came on and explained it. He revs the engines and we take off again. And we're all staring at each other's like, I'm signing myself. I'm saying a Hail Mary. I'm making a confession. I'm going like, I'm thinking that, is there no landing gear? Am I on a plane that doesn't have any landing gear? Was there another plane that was going to cross our path? And ATC caught it and went, no, abort. So I was actually in I bring that up because I was actually in a similar situation to what it looked like that Qatari Airlines, that 777, but that thing shouldn't have been landing. Did you find out where Horseshoe Bay is? I'm just curious. All right. How many of you have seen the footage of Caitlin Clark lately being beaten up by black women on basketball courts? They were running file footage. I saw this. Apparently, this has been happening pretty regular, where she is pushed to the ground. I saw one video where she was at about half court, and she didn't have the ball, but she was making her way across the half court line and was heading towards her position as guard, and she just got clocked. She got hip checked and she was running. I saw another one where she was driving the lane and she got. This wasn't a foul, folks. This is what what you would call a technical, and she just got pushed to the ground. There's another one where she got punched in the face. Now, the most recent one is she was playing defense, and there was another player for the other team that was charging the lane, and she tried to play defense, and she was pushed to the ground. And then to add insult to injury, then the other player basically took her fist and put it like right here on her throat. It was obvious that there was an attempt that this was like a shot across her throat. But then, when the other player gets up, instead of, because the play is over, extending the hands, giving her a hand up, it looks as though, and Caitlin Clark rolls away like this woman was going to stomp her. Because she was going to stomp her.
She remembered where she was in public.
Yeah, and then she remembers that she wasn't at the Verizon store with her hood rat crew, and that if she did that, she was going to get in big trouble. Because if it had been in the Verizon store with her gang of black women thugs, yeah, whoever that white girl was would have gotten stomped. Would have got face kicked, and would have been just beaten to within an inch of their life, if not actually killed. So why is this allowed to happen to Caitlin Clark, who's never harmed anyone? As a matter of fact, people are now going to WNBA games to see Caitlin Clark play. She's that good. The WNBA has revenue coming in for the first time. They have a growing fan base. Their merch is now actually selling. Of course, most of it's Caitlin Clark merch. Why is the WNBA, allowing their star player, their goose that is laying golden eggs, to be treated this way? You know, I did a monologue about 6 months ago after the Super Bowl where I played a clip from Craig Esiason. Now, some of you that are old schoolers are going like, oh, you mean Boomer? Yes, Boomer Esiason. And I talked about Boomer and the raw deal that Monday Night Football gave him when he took over as anchor. And they didn't give him any support, and they put him in a no-win situation. And that I always thought that Craig was, for a football player turned broadcaster, that he was really good. And I've always enjoyed watching and listening to Craig. I know his name is Boomer, but I'm sure his family, his wife calls him Craig, and his sons call him Craig. So Boomer was talking about this, and I completely and totally agree. She's not tatted up, she's not a dyke, and she's white. Those are the three things you're not allowed to be in competitive women's professional sports in the United States. I think she should pack it in and go play in Europe. Just tell the WNBA, dude, you're not going to protect me. I'm out. I am not going to get beaten up and having teeth knocked out on a basketball court. We'll play you some of this when we come back. I've got to play the Golden Truth Ticket soundbite of the day. So Maggie was asking me why my sound card and everything was where it was and all discombobulated and messed up. It's because this video clip is horrible. I didn't get a chance to scrub the audio. It's just a really... Anytime after a Thursday night throwdown, Friday is just misery around here. Because it's a late night and it's like a 16-hour work day. But in any event, here is your Golden Truth Ticket soundbite of the day.
Welcome to 1975, Austin Powers and Forza. Excuse me while I change. The roller boogie has made me sweaty. Yeah, sweaty. You see, Mr. Powers, I love gold. The look of it, the taste of it, the smell of it, the texture. I love gold so much that I even lost my genitalia in an unfortunate smelting accident. Hence the name Gold Member.
All right, be the caller number. Let me reset that so it doesn't blow our eardrums. Be caller number 10? Ooh. Caller number 10, 844-527-8723. When you hear Austin Powers and the schmelting accident soundbite, play back later today. We're going to talk about this, and we'll play you the video from the latest incident with Caitlin Clark. My buddy John Daniel Davison has a piece at thefederalist.com. I think asking the question of the day. And the question of the day is, after 250 years, our American Republic is coming apart. We've been talking about it all week long, pretty much all month long. So we'll pick up on that. I will play some Thursday night throwdown American Patriot Day trivia. We'll do all that. It's Free Phone Friday. You can call the show, 844-527-8723. 844-5-CRUSADE. Free Phone Friday will roll on next.
Let's do it! You gotta beat the clock, you gotta beat the clock.
You can boogie, love disco, love the disco sound. Move on your body, spinning round and round. But don't forget, oh no. Don't forget, oh no. The stars are 45, keep on turning in your mind. But we can work it out, remember twist and shout. You still not tell me why, and no reply.
Sugar, and you got me wanting you. Honey, sugar, sugar, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you. 1, 2, 3, 4. This happened once before, but I came through your door, no reply. They said it wasn't you, but I saw you peek through your window.
The Crusade Channel, talk radio the way it should be. Broadcasting live from Madisonville, Louisiana, and streaming 24/7 at crusadechannel.com. It's not tape or a Post-it or a candy bar, but this new 3M
is the freshest spin on true crime shows since dinosaurs were solving cold cases with fossil evidence. Yeah, it's that original, folks.
Mom's Murders and Mysteries. New episodes debut every Tuesday night, 6:30 East, 4 West, exclusively on the Crusade Channel. Live talk podcast radio the way it should be.
Membership has its privileges.
American Express was right back in the 1970s. Membership has its privileges, and no membership privilege is greater to a Red, White, and Dude Nation listener than membership in the elite membership club that is the Dude Number. Here's Lee to tell you how to get yours.
That's right, King Dude. Membership does have its privileges. And when it comes to the Dude Number, applying for membership has never been easier. Just head to mikechurch.com/dude to start the membership process. Your unique and one-of-a-kind membership and all the privileges that come with it awaits you. As a member, you'll enjoy private chat groups, VIP privileges to all Mike Church show events, early access to new Dude-geared store items, and of course, your unique Dude Number.
Dude 1210 reporting all quiet on the Eastern Front.
This is Mike's favorite punching bag, Dude number 13.
Hi, this is Steve. My Dude number is 2112.
Dude number 2004, proud member of the Red, White, and Dude Nation, reporting for duty.
Become a part of something bigger than any talk show there is and apply for your Dude Number today at mikechurch.com/dude.
Membership has its privileges.
I think I'll go to sleep and dream about piles of gold getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Here's a piles and piles of gold fun fact. When making Raiders, Spielberg chose the Golden Ark of the Covenant because he knew audiences wouldn't go, ooh, ah, if Nazis stole a parchment scroll containing a psalm. Now, we don't know where the Lost Ark is, but we do know that Mike Church has 1 troy pound of gold in his safe, and that he's going to give it away on July 2nd, and you don't have to say, ooh, ah, to win it.
Win Mike Church's Pound of Gold. Tickets on sale now exclusively at winapoundofgold.com. Ark of the Covenant sold separately.
Hi, folks, it's Mike Church, founder of Founding Father Films, asking you to learn the true stories of America's founding by purchasing my movie, The Road to Independence, the movie. The Road to Independence tells the exciting story of the Founding Fathers' struggle to declare independence.
They shot first. The redcoats fired on us first. Help! Somebody! Get a doctor!
This animated movie comes complete with collector's booklets, DTS surround sound, and are packed with hours of bonus features. Learn the true stories of America's founding and order Mike Church's The Road to Independence on DVD and CD. Available now at mikechurch.com/DVD and by calling 844-527-8723. Hey folks, Mike Church here. You know, when I was a little cheerins, I remember loving the old Dunkin' Donuts TV spot. You know, the one with the guy who got up at 3 a.m. mumbling to himself as he went out the door and then back in his front door.
Time to make the donut.
Well, fast forward 46 years and now I'm the guy waking up at 3 a.m. mumbling to myself as I go in the studio door, then back out. Time to make the radio. I made the radio. I But I have a secret weapon the Dunkin' Donut dude didn't have. Mike Church's Capuchin Holy Roast coffee in whole bean or ground. Our fresh, aromatic, gourmet coffee is made from 100% fair trade beans, freshly imported, roasted by my friend Kyle and his daughter at the Abita Roasting Company, then delivered to you so fresh your kitchen will smell like a barista shop. Good. So, whenever you arise to take on the day and listen to the Mike Church Show, do it the Red, White, and Dude Nation way by brewing up a fresh pot of Capuchin Holy Roast or my all-new Capuchin Holy Roast New Orleans blend coffee and chicory at shop.mikechurch.com. Want to go to the Golden Truth Ticket Maker Hotline for caller number 8. Who is this?
Hi, it's Pam.
Pam? Pam who?
Pam Brubaker.
Pam Brubaker.
In Michigan.
Oh, hey. Wait a minute now. You're not an RSTLNE member, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm busy taking care of 2 toddlers. One's 91 years old, and the other one's a poodle. But they're keeping me busy.
Did you have the secret code word of the day?
Yeah, dough.
Dough. Dough. Dough. Not to be confused with dough. Well, Pamela B., what would you do with the gold? The gold, if you should be the winner on July the 2nd.
Well, I'll do one of 2 things. It's either going to be added to my coin collection. You need our roof repaired, and it's slate quoted at $55,000.
Oh, with $55,000, puts you on the gold coins, puts you on the radar screen there. You're at least within striking distance.
It'll help.
Well, Pamela, thank you so much for calling today and for listening to.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and good luck.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, you too can win the next Golden Truth ticket that we're going to give away, but you got to be listening tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. when I play the soundbite of the day. Listen for it, play it back later in the day. Get that super secret password from the Mike Church Show Daily Highlight Reel video, and you can win 2 Golden Truth tickets, but you don't have to wait for that. Go and buy your tickets today at winapoundofgold.com. One of my favorite books is Jim Collins' Good to Great, and lots of people have benefited from reading it, including me. But few people have read his follow-up book, How the Mighty Fall. Now, over the course of the last 18 years, has been quite the feat of survival to avoid becoming one of the fallen, but survive we have. And guess what else survived? The world-famous Dude Number t-shirt, which began in 2007. Now, to kick off the relaunch of this elite membership club, we announced a brand new t-shirt design, a brand new certificate of authenticity, and access to numbers that have only recently become available. Here's Jim to tell you how to secure that Dude Number that's unique and special to you.
Just head to mikechurch.com/dude for all things Dude Number, including purchasing your 2026 version of the world-famous Dude Number t-shirt. That's mikechurch.com/dude and join America's Morning Show, The Mike Church Show, and the Red, White, and Dude Nation's elite membership club. That's mikechurch.com/dude. Warning, not listening to all 3 hours of the Mike Church Show can cause blindness, dizziness, loss of hearing, and a strange desire to buy Taylor Swift albums. Ugh.
Hey guys, you got a minute?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
It's about my dad. He wants to have a sex change operation.
Whoa, I knew he was gay. I didn't think he was that gay.
No, Peter, he's not gay. He's a woman stuck in a man's body.
Yeah, gay.
No, it's totally different.
Sounds the same.
Well, it's not.
Okay, so he wants to be a woman so he can be a lesbian?
No, he'd date men.
Gay.
Yeah, gay.
Okay, this is not the help I came over here for.
Well, look, let's just all agree that he's odd, huh?
He has an appointment Friday with Dr. Hartman to have the procedure, and he wants me to go with him. I don't know if I can handle that.
Well, I'm sure your friend Peter would be happy to come along for moral support.
All right, but look, here's the deal. Anything he lops off, we get to bring home for Brian.
That's very green of you, Peter.
Let's do it! You gotta beat the clock, you gotta beat the clock. You can boogie, love disco, love that disco sound. Move on your body, spinning round and round. But don't forget
sugar. Honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you.
True story.
Honey,
the oracle of optimism, the sultan of sapientia.
you are my candy girl.
Mike Church Show here, 35 years young. This portion of the program brought to you by the Win a Pound of Gold raffle and on-air contest. Folks, days are getting short now. You only have 6 days left to get your Win a Pound of Gold tickets at winapoundofgold.com. That's winapoundofgold.com. I play the soundbite of the day, and there will be a winner that will be, somebody will call in. Be caller number 10. I don't think we've ever had a double digit, have we?
No, not this year.
Not this year. I think we had caller number 13 in the past, because I think that wheel goes up to 13. But in any event, be caller number 10, and you can win 2 tickets. We'll do the game again on Monday and Tuesday, but that will be the last day for an on-air chance to win tickets. So your window is getting smaller and smaller. Maggie's nervousness over this contest being a success and not bankrupting the Crusade Radio Guild and Black Cat Studios is getting larger and larger, because this is our biggest fundraiser of the year, and how we have remained in business and on the air these last 10 years since we launched the Crusade channel in 2015. So it is a fundraiser. We do have a nonprofit. It's the Crusade Radio Guild. So your donation is then tax deductible. So get a lot of tickets. And get them now at winapoundofgold.com. And tonight at midnight, whoever is in the lead, what does the leaderboard say this morning? I was in the lead again last night because I checked it before I packed off to bed. Let's see who is in the lead. Whoever wins is going to get the grand. It was going to be the grand trophy champion of the affiliate competition, which is a contest within a contest. Oh, there you go. You have it.
You and Steve and then Paul.
Okay, so no one has even attempted to use their affiliate link like Paul has. Okay, so Paul S. is at $100 in earnings. Steve and I don't count. So K.R. Price, not sure who that is. That's a new person on the leaderboard. If you go to winapoundofgold.com and you have a ticket, you have an affiliate account. And if you have an affiliate account, then when you click on affiliates at the top of the page, or at the top or the menu on your phone, you will see your unique affiliate link. Copy it. Go on social media. Paste it. Go back to the site. Go to your affiliate page. Go to the tab that says, in affiliates, that says creatives. And grab yourself a creative. And then paste that, and then paste the link. Bammo. And then tell everyone that you have a ticket, you believe and love in the contest and in the raffle, and it's a great cause to support, and that you think everyone that you know should do the same. And that's how you do it. Sell 10 tickets and at the entry level and get a free one. When you get to sell 20 tickets, then you're going to get a second free one, and now you're at double the commission at 20%. So you only need to sell 5 to get a free Golden Truth ticket, because the commissions are all paid in store credits. But whoever is the leader tonight at midnight, because we're calling it quits on that contest, can claim their earnings in cash or in tickets. Up to you. So, winapoundofgold.com for all that. What are you grimacing about? Let's play some digital media files. It is a free phone Friday here after all. Oh, you know what? I'm going to start off with this. Okay. I said last night on Thursday Night Throwdown that we had great American Patriot trivia. I'll play you 15 seconds of this song. Now, if you were in the chat last night or listening or watching, please don't spoil it or blow it for everyone else that is listening.
I'm going to spoil it all.
Maggie, you're not going to spoil it all. You're the cop. You have to play John Law. You have to nuke anyone who was listening last night and who immediately gets or puts the answer in there. Why would you want to spoil people's fun? All right, I'm going to play this. Tell me what famous American patriotic hymn this Irish or an English drinking song became. All right, what song, in other words, what song is this song based on? Or it's based on this song?
One night in heaven where he sat in full glee, a few sons of harmony sent a petition that he their inspired and patron would be when this answer arrived from the...
All right, that's it. 30 seconds. Miniature played. I can name that song a 3-note. That was easy. The song is actually called To Anacreon in Heaven. To Anacreon in Heaven. I wonder if they ever had this as a Jeopardy question. And Maggie will tell me who it is that gets the answer first. Does somebody already get it?
Yes, Defender.
You know, Defender wins everything except Golden Truth tickets. So Defender said it was the... I'm not in the chat room, so I can't see it.
He said the Star Spangled Banner.
It is the Star Spangled Banner. Here, and Defender, you get style points, bro. Thank you. Here, this is the rest of it.
Jolly old Grecian, voice, fiddle, and flute, no longer be mute. I'll lend you my aid and inspire to boot. And besides, I'll instruct you like me to entwine the myrtle of Venus with Bacchus's vine.
I told a story last night that Francis Scott Key was in the Bastille, the American Bastille, basically. He was in the brig at Fort McHenry in Baltimore, and he was basically under house arrest, and he was watching the British and American ships trading fire out in the harbor, and they probably were feeding him mead or Madeira or wine or ale or whatever. And what good, self-respecting former Englishman did not know To Anacreon in Heaven? So he's watching he's watching it going like, oh, hey, that's a pretty cool, I'm going to make my own drinking song up. And the rockets regular. And the rest, as they say, is history. Okay, for this segment here, I'm going to give you a question from last night's. Now, again, if you know the answer because you heard it last night, don't spoil it. 5 dudes locked themselves in a room together in Philadelphia in June of 1776 to produce the document we're all celebrating the 250th anniversary of. Now, I'm making it easy by saying, can you name 3 of those dudes? And, of course, the document. But if I really wanted to test your knowledge, I'd say, can you name all 5, what their little club or little clique was called, and then what they were supposedly writing? 844-527-8723. Of course, you can put your answer in the chat rooms. Let's play digital media file number. Oh, you know what? We're going to play Anna. We're going to talk about the DSA. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to play it now. I'm just teasing that we're going to play it. We're going to talk about it later. James Carville, Carville is actually right about this, that the Democrat Socialists of America need to become their own party. And that you can't just come in and then say that, oh, well, we don't like your party, or we don't like what your party stands for, and we don't like the way, we don't like your current platform, we don't like this, we don't like that. And with a very small minority, pretend that you're in charge of it. Because your usual suspects in the Malachian satanic media, the MSM, are out there proclaiming that the DSA is basically taking over the Democrat Party. Now, look, I'm fine with that. Remember, I told you. I did not believe at the start of this year that the Democrat Party survives the year. I think it's going to get blown out in the midterms. Do not think that the stupid party is going to lose to the Democrat Party. And I think that after that and all the finger pointing that's going to ensue for that, after that disaster, that impending disaster, what is the purpose of the Democrat Party? The only major election it's won in the last 50 years will have been the one that it stole with Biden. Lost control of the House of Representatives. It lost control. It's going to more than likely still be in the minority in the Senate. It's not going to have the presidency, I don't think. So what is the point? Now, this is provided that a two-party system or that the union prevails. And I'm not so sure that it will. What would be necessary for the, like I've been proposing, the seceded counties of America, the SCA? What would be necessary for that actually to come to fruition? Well, I think that you'd have to have people like James Fishback elected as governor of Florida to go completely against the two-party system, even though he's in one of them, and then to be elected as an actual man of the people, populist kind of dude. I think you could have a serious restructuring and reordering of even the way that people think about politics. Here, let's riff on this for a moment. Does anybody have the answer? I should really just go into the
yes, Madison, Franklin, Jefferson, and then Jefferson, Franklin, Adams, and Lee.
No. Okay. Well, if you were giving me a three-part answer, then Jefferson, Franklin, Adams is correct. If you're giving me a five-part answer, then I don't see anyone but the five-part answer. So the answer to question one is it's the committee of five. It's Jefferson, obviously, Adams, obviously, Franklin, obviously, Roger Sherman, the most underappreciated of all founders and probably the most prolific of all founders, and then Philip Livingston of New York. Those are your committee of five. They didn't actually do anything. The only people that had any hand in helping Jefferson out were George Mason, who was sending him his Declaration of Rights for the state of Virginia, which has seceded by now. Virginia is its own country. On this day, 26 June 1776, Virginia is already its own country. It has its own constitution. Patrick Henry has been elected as the first governor. He has been sworn in. So it has a functioning legislature. It has an executive branch, and they're starting to appoint judges. So Virginia, the Old Dominion, is first. Now, the Committee of Five actually do meet. But yesterday, the Adams and Franklin met privately with Jefferson. That's on the 25th. Today's the 26th. Tomorrow on the 27th, all five of them will actually then, Jefferson will draw another draft it's on the 28th. On the 28th, another draft of the Declaration using Adams and Franklin's advice and edits and what have you. And then all five will then meet at his apartment on Market Street, and they will all agree that, yeah, it's fantastic. You should submit it. Let's submit it. And then on June the 30th, it is submitted, and near the end of the session, on July 1st, then they actually start discussing it. It gets read out loud, and this is where Mike Church's research into Pages of Independence comes in, and where all the delegates are all given printed copies of the draft. Now, we can prove this, and it's part of the history that no one knows. Okay, so no one got question number one. Here's the second one. Over the river and through the hills, to Grandma's house we go. You know the song. Everybody knows about the Battle of Bunker Hill. Do you know about, and can you name the hill next to it, where the Battle of Bunker Hill actually took place? There's your second American Patriot Trivia Show question. Now, here's what I was going to talk about for just a minute. The latest Nielsen ratings are out. You will notice, those of you that are new listeners and new viewers, that we're not mono-topic, boring podcast people. The show talks about current events. We're going to talk about Caitlin Collins in a bit. Nielsen's latest media distributor gauge, which tracks total TV usage across broadcast, cable, and streaming. Now, if I didn't tell you what was the number one outlet to watch television on, what would you guess? Because if Maggie had sent me this or as a question, I probably would have gotten it wrong. I would not have guessed, because I wouldn't be thinking of it in that sense. I'll give you some choices. Scamazon, Fox, Roku, Paramount, Disney, and YouBoob. If I gave you those choices, who would you say amongst them is number one in TV viewing? So it's an aggregate of the hours viewed, I guess, is what Nielsen is rating and ranking here. What would you guess was and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I could have thrown Netflix in there too. There's actually 14 companies or brands that you know. Who would come in by a substantial margin too as number one. J-Mac in the chat room has it right, so I'm just in the chat room today. YouBoob. Again, when I say YouBoob, I do not mean boob as in body part. I mean boob as in idiot, as in stupid. YouBoob. YouBoob at 13.4%. That's absolutely incredible. Now, of course, I mean, the traffic is driven to YouBoob by ABC, the company, by the CIA, because the Google search engine is the number one search engine. So, and YouBoob basically has the technical parts of Google's search infrastructure is baked into the YouBoob ecosystem. Who would you think would come in second? This was a shocker. I would not have guessed Disney.
It wasn't shocking to me.
Wait, you thought Disney was number one?
I thought Disney was number one.
Okay. NBC Universal is third. Paramount is fourth. That's CBS, basically. So Disney is ABC. So YouBoob is beating ABC. NBC Universal is obviously NBC. And Paramount is CBS.
But Disney has Hulu now, too.
But Disney does have Hulu, but Hulu's not on the list. It's combined. So you still have the point that I wish to emphasize is ABC, CBS, and NBC are still
I think I'll go to sleep and dream about piles of gold getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Here's a piles and piles of gold fun fact. The first gold rush wasn't in California or in Alaska. It was in Dahlonega, Georgia in 1829 and lasted until the last gold mine closed around 1910. Now, some people say that there's still gold in them there Georgia hills. We don't know about that, but we do know that Mike Church has 1 troy pound of gold in his safe, and he's going to give it away to one of you on July 2nd.
Win Mike Church's Pound of Gold. Tickets on sale now exclusively at winapoundofgold.com. Vacation sold separately.
The Crusade Channel and the Slaves of the Immaculate Heart of Mary's Sisters present the Saint of the Day.
Hello, Crusaders. This is Sister Maria Filomena with your Saint of the Day. June 26th, Saint John and Saint Paul, who were martyred in the year 362. Saints John and Paul are 2 notable Roman martyrs. Their names are mentioned every day by every Catholic priest in the canon of the Mass and also in the Litany of the Saints. John and Paul, Roman brethren, fed the poor of Christ out of the riches left to them by Constantia, Constantine's daughter, whom they had faithfully and piously served. Being invited into the number of his familiars by Julian the Apostate, they boldly refused, declaring that they had no wish to be in company with one who had forsaken Jesus Christ. Whereupon he gave them 10 days for deliberation, at the end of which term they must know for certain they were to die, unless they would consent to attach themselves to him, Julian, and sacrifice to Jupiter. They, meanwhile, employed the time in distributing the remainder of their goods to the poor, so that they might the quicker go to the Lord, and that there might be more persons helped by them, through whose means they might be received into the eternal tabernacles. On the 10th day, Terentianus, prefect of the Praetorian Guard, was sent to them, bringing with him the statue of Jupiter that they might worship it, and he expounded unto them the emperor's mandate, to wit, that unless they would pay homage to Jupiter, they must forthwith die. They, still continuing their prayer, replied that they hesitated not to suffer death for the faith of Christ, whom they with mind and mouth did adore as God. Saints John and Paul, pray for us. Thank you for joining us for this brief summary of the life of today's saints. Tomorrow is the Feast of Our Lady of Perpetual Help. To access all of our Saint of the Day recordings as podcasts, head to crusadechannel.com/saints. You can learn more about our sisters and contribute to the building of our convent by visiting stphilomenaconvent.org. I'm Sister Maria Filomena, and until next time, God bless and Mary keep you.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at crazy low prices. They have access to great prices and discounts at over 500 different airlines. Plus 300,000 hotels and rental car companies. Their prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find the best price for you. Call SmartFares today and get ready to see the world with a fat wallet.
800-313-7757. 800-313-7757. 800-313-7757. That's 800-313-7757.
This June, the Mike Church Show will give away the most incredible prize in broadcast history and change the way the world thinks about talk media and talk media hosts forever.
Mrs. McGillicuddy, don't be a satellite radio snob and pass by the Mike Church Show. Come on in and browse.
May I help you?
Oh, no thanks, just browsing.
How long do you intend to browse?
Well, that lady there, you didn't ask her how long she intends to browse. How come you're asking us how long we intend to browse?
You don't look like browsers.
Now that that's over,
How about a Fresca?
the Mike Church Show, entertaining browsers and fans since 1992 on the Veritas Radio Networks. Crusade.
I do feel, Reg, that any anti-imperialist group like ours must reflect such a divergence of interest within its power base.
Agreed. Francis? Yeah, I think Judith's point of view is very valid, Reg, provided the movement never forgets that it is the unalienable right of every man or woman to rid himself or herself. Agreed. Thank you, brother. Or sister. Where was I think you finished. Oh, right. Furthermore, it is the birthright of every man or woman. Why don't you shut up about women, Stan? You're putting us off. Women have a perfect right to play a part in our movement, Reg. Why are you always on about women, Stan? I want to be one. What? I want to be a woman. From now on, I want you all to call me Loretta. What? It's my right as a man.
Well, why do you want to be Loretta, Stan?
I want to have babies. You want to have babies? It's every man's right to have babies if he wants them. But you can't have babies. Don't you oppress me. I'm not oppressing you, Stan. You haven't got a womb. Where's the fetus going to gestate? You're going to keep it in a box?
Here, I've got an idea. Suppose you agree that he can't actually have babies, not having a womb, which is nobody's fault, not even the Romans, but that he can have the right to have babies.
Good idea, Judith. We shall fight the oppressors for your right to have babies, brother. Sister, sorry. What's the point? What? What's the point of fighting for his right to have babies when he can't have babies? It is symbolic of our struggle against oppression. Symbolic of his struggle against reality.
Oh, baby Groot's dancing. Groot, get out of here! With the beautiful spires, bell tower, St. Louis Cathedral, New Orleans in the background. It is the one and only Mike Church Show here. Keeping broadcast traditions alive here that no one else is even bothering to attempt to do. Here on the Ethics and Broadcasting Network. No, what is that? What is that grimace for? I didn't see it.
YouTube flagged that song.
Like in real time?
In real time, but just on Census Fidelium, not on yours.
What did it say?
It said, warning, copyright music has been detected.
Warning, copyrighted material detection. You know, our video team has gotten really, really good at producing like daily videos of this show. It's like 10 a day now. And one of the ones that Allison produced was me talking to him, and I'm very, very aware of this situation, and I know she is as well. So we have a really good team member now, who is like is plugged into the way things used to be. Let me put it like that. She and I have been at this together for 15 years. And I'm glad that she came in and has taken over all the tech. She's absolutely right when she says this whole internet broadcast thing, especially now, you just got an example of it. If you're watching me right now on YouTube, you might have seen something flash up on your screen saying, warning, warning, you are listening to copyrighted material. This is a violation of copyrighted material and the 1994 DRMC Act. What they have done is they have herded all of us into these broadcasting monopolies. Okay, it can't be a monopoly because it's not single. Okay, that's a misnomer. All right, I'll take it back. These broadcasting, what would you call them? Conglomerates. They're just big. They're behemoths. And they haven't done it for the purpose of, because they love broadcasting, and because they want to project and to show you and to defend and promote the good, the true, and the beautiful. That's not why they did it. They did it to get everyone under the same roof, so we all have to play in a system that is rigged for the people who own the content creation companies. And you can fit them in a hand. You can fit them in this hand right here. We're not talking about a lot of people. You're talking about a ruling elite cabal that has now condensed the once great American content production ecosystem, if you will, has basically now condensed it down into 10 entities. And if you really want to know, I gave you the last thing, but we talked about YouTube being number one. Look at that chart again. The thing that should jump out, I want to point this out. People think that the internet has triumphed. The internet has beaten the bigs. The MSM has been Hulk smash. The MSM has been crushed. No, it hasn't. It's an illusion. It's bigger and more menacing than it ever has been. It looks like you have content producers and content freedom. You don't. If you're not listening to me on the Ethics and Broadcasting Network, my transmission service, and I said listen, not watch, then you are watching everyone else on their system. Now, I'm perfectly fine with it prior to the DRMC and to the Telecommunications Act of 1994 that Bill Clinton signed, and he shouldn't have. And Congress shouldn't have passed it. Never should have happened. Look at that statistic again. Okay, YouTube number one. What's their market share? How many eyeballs are on YouTube every day? 13.4%. How many eyeballs are on Disney? 10.3%. Now, let me make the distinction here. Disney is ABC. Disney bought ABC. Okay, 30 years ago, ABC was ABC. Then a company called Cap City bought ABC. Then it became ABC Cap City. Then ABC gobbled up ESPN. And then it became ABC ESPN. This is what ruined Monday Night Football, just destroyed it. Because it made it that you had to have an ESPN subscription to watch Monday Night Football now. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, they did broadcast it on ABC for a while, simulcast it, but they were losing money. They had to force you to go get an ESPN subscription. Okay, so understand, when you see Disney then bought ABC Cap Cities. So Disney gobbled up ABC. So ABC is now Disney. There is no ABC any longer. That's 10.3%. Look at the next one, NBC Universal plus Versant. That's 8.2%. Look at the next one, Paramount. That's CBS. That is the old CBS broadcasting system. the Columbia Broadcasting System. You know, if you listen to the America at War features that we played on Memorial Day weekend, there were like, I think 5 of you that actually listened, maybe 6. All of those were produced by CBS in the 1940s. That was CBS radio at the time. They didn't have television. So then you see Paramount is CBS. So, and then YouTube is what? Well, YouTube does have some independent people on it. We're on it. Judge Knapp, the stocking cap boy, what's his name? Tim Pool. There are other people that have channels that are on YouTube. So there are some content creators. But you know what else you can watch if you have a YouTube premium subscription? ABC, CBS, and NBC. Right there on your YouTube. So the only thing that has happened has been a reshuffling of the deck chairs. The bigs are still in control. They have now purchased, and by the way, this graph here, they're going to have to redo this next year because Paramount is now not just Paramount. Paramount is now Comcast, and then Comcast got gobbled up by Skydance, and so Skydance now owns Comcast and CBS. So the companies that own the media entities get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The shows seemingly get worse and worse and worse and worse. The filth and just the vulgarity is what of what is produced and served up on most of these entities is just that. It's garbage. It's garbage in, garbage out. But the bigs are still in control. And while they did this, they killed local radio. They slaughtered it. It's dead. The Mike Church Show is probably the only, let me see, who else is attempting to do what we do every day? Maybe Michael Savage. Maybe. There may be a couple of shows out there that guys that I used to know, like Jason Lewis and Lionel, and a couple that are still out there that are still broadcasting and are still trying to do what El Rushbo used to say, entertain, entertain, and entertain. But we're a dying breed. There's nobody on the bench. You don't hear anyone on this show. I've been contacted by a person or two over the years, and we brought some of them in, but they never really fully commit to broadcasting. This is a travesty. You live in a broadcasting age. You live in a media age. You need broadcasters. You need good ones. And they're not making them. They're not even making them on television any longer. No, just get the guy that's got a big social media following, stick a microphone in front of him, and put him on. You know that Tucker Carlson has been working in broadcast media pretty much as long as I have. But he doesn't really have a daily live imprimatur or thing that he does. He did when he was at Fox, and he was in that number. So it's just really if you're looking for actual good media content, the Ethics in Broadcasting Network, Mike Church Show, and as I said, there are a few others out there that are trying to do it live and do it every day when you want it, while the event is happening, not after the fact. So that's a really good advertisement for the Ethics in Broadcasting Network and the Crusade Radio Guild and why you should buy 10,000 tickets and guarantee we have the resources to continue what we're doing and add to it, if it's possible. So go to winapoundofgold.com. I just throw that in. That wasn't my intent because I just wanted to talk about this. Now, here, play this. Play digital media file number 13. I'm going to prove this to you. This is Craig Boomer Esiason on Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. And I think Boomer has a daily show. It's the Boomer and Geo show. Is it on? It's on ESPN? I think.
It looks like an ESPN.
I think it's on ESPN. Maybe it's on Fox Sports Net. I'm not sure. But I've always been when he was a player, I liked Boomer. When he got into broadcasting, I liked Boomer, and I still do like Boomer. Again, it's Craig Esiason, but we'll call him Boomer. Here's the clip.
If I were Caitlin Clark, I would seriously consider going to play overseas somewhere and get the royal treatment and get real money
from the Saudis,
from somewhere. I mean, there's international.
She can't go to the Saudis.
Well, she can't go to the Russians either, as we saw that Brittany Griner got stuck there.
She did. Well, yeah, in jail.
Right. So
can't take that money from PIF.
But a lot of the women actually do play, in European leagues because they supplement their income. But now supposedly their income is going up here. And I know that Caitlin makes a ton of money off the court in terms of endorsements, and rightfully so. But I think that there's a petty jealousy, and she's a straight white basketball player. And she is not being treated with any sort of respect whatsoever.
Now, here's what Boomer can't say, but Mike Church can. Those black women on most of those teams are thugs. They are thugs with athletic ability. They have no respect for the entity that is called the WNBA. They have no respect for the fans, if there are any. They have no respect for the game of basketball. They have no respect and no love for the actual sport as a sport that anyone can play if you wish to. They are just there for the bling and the money. Is the only reason they're there. So why is this cracker white girl? This is our sport, they think. These thugs. This is our sport. You're not allowed in our sport. You white. She say it mix. They have the vocabulary of 11-year-olds. Check it. 9-year-olds. Check it. 8-year-olds, dude. And yet, the one piece of good, true, and beautiful that made its way into professional women sports and as a class act must not succeed. That pretty much tells you everything that you need to know about, now this is not a blanket statement, about that segment of Black America. They have already seceded. They are already in their own enclaves. They are already in their own territory and turf. They have their own language. They basically have their own economy. Most of it's illegal. And you are not allowed in. You're not allowed to play. As a matter of fact, our economy is wherever we are. Our territory and our turf is wherever they are. And if you carry your skinny little white behind up in it, you're going to get beaten up. So the one instance, where there is a classy white girl in women's professional sports. And by the way, who doesn't like Caitlin Clark? Small town girl. she's literally Bill Murray's Cinderella girl out of nowhere, about to become NBA champion. Oh, she got out of that one. She is literally the Cinderella girl. Went to a decent-sized college, but she made that college's basketball team famous. And she also put them in the position to win championships. She has endorsements, like Boomer said. There are companies, they're just throwing money at Caitlin. Oh, please, wear this. Please, market this, do this. And the NBA's response to that is, get out of my league, white girl. We own this. We own this up in here. I think that Caitlin ought to give it to him. She should go, I'm going to finish my year out. Now, shigong! She can go play in Europe. apparently, European women's professional basketball apparently is very popular and pays well. There's one more thing about this. Caitlin Clark is also a Catholic. Now, you already knew that violence and bigotry and hatred and public acts of defamation against Catholics are all legal, nay, encouraged. So you throw in that she's clean, and that she's white, and she's not a dyke, and she's Catholic. And then you have this formula. Well, why wouldn't, if your daughter is a young athlete, why wouldn't you have a Caitlin Clark basketball poster up on your wall? And then these goons, these unappreciative DEI louts at the WNBA didn't even put her on the 30th anniversary commemoration poster. Well, they put all the other ones on there that are now superstars in the WNBA. And people now know their names because of Caitlin Clark, but they didn't put Caitlin Clark on there. I go, done. I don't need you. But this is how the game is played here, and this is why ESPN is and does what is what it is and does what it does. You're not supposed to be an accomplished person. You're not supposed to be the most skilled person. You're supposed to fit the stereotype. And if you fit it, you get picked. And you get a gig, you get a job. If you don't fit it, well, no wonder there's no bench in broadcasting. There's no point of entry. You can't get in. You know, we did the stats, about 2 weeks ago when Tom Woods was talking about it, about the amount of white people that used to be work at media companies and publishing houses and what have you. And it's almost 1/4 of what it was just 15 or 12 or 15 years ago. So understand this, white boy America. Understand this. You're not wanted. You're the reason why America is failing. And we'll be so much better off and when we can get rid of all you whiteys. No wonder Nick Fuentes has found an audience. Because he says, yeah, I'm white. And I won't do what they want me to do.
Although he's crazy.
But I think that there is something that, Nick Fuentes has a lot of talent and potentially he's actually very funny. Imagine a Nick Fuentes who, if someone would suggest it to him, hey, Mike, can I come and broadcast over and learn from the master over at the Crusade Radio Guild? As a Catholic, I'd like to join the guild and learn the fine art of professional broadcasting. Because I could teach him.
Home to a darkened house, you turn on the lights. When you go out into the fallen, darkened world that most of America has become, turn on the Mike Church Show.
Hey folks, Mike Church here.
And let the red, white, and Dude Nation light the way for you.
Hey, we guarantee it works a lot better than that little Levite lightning bug, Ben Shapiro.
I've sentenced boys younger than you to the gas chamber.
Hop into your guilt-free ride into MAGACon-free conservatism.
On the Mike Church Show.
Hi folks, it's Mike Church, founder of Founding Father Films, asking you to learn the true stories of America's founding by purchasing my movie, The Road to Independence, the movie. The Road to Independence tells the exciting story of the Founding Fathers' struggle to declare independence.
Then on 10 May 1776, Congress instructed the colonies to form their own governments and write their constitutions.
Resolved that it be recommended to the respective assemblies of the United Colonies to adopt such government as shall best conduce to the happiness and safety.
This animated movie comes complete with collector's booklets, DTS surround sound, and are packed with hours of bonus features. Learn the true stories of America's founding and order Mike Church's The Road to Independence on DVD and CD. Available now at mikechurch.com/DVD and by calling 844-527-8723.
You're listening to the Crusade Channel, a Black Hat Studios media property, broadcasting live 24/7 from Madisonville, Louisiana, and to the world via crusadechannel.com. We don't know if there's gold in the hills of Dahlonega, Georgia, but we do know there's a pound of gold in the Mike Church vault, and all you have to do to win it is listen for the golden sound of the day. Weekday mornings at 6 a.m. on the Mike Church Show at MikeChurchShow.com and on YouTube at Real KingDude. Mike Church Show News. News you can trust.
Because let's face it, the truth just sounds different, like a symphony of facts.
And now, here's Janet Huxley.
Hello, Red, White, and Dude Nation. Welcome to Friday, June the 26th, 2026. I'm Janet Huxley at the Mike Church Show News Desk, live from the ranch in Kansas City. And this report is brought to you by the Golden Truth Ticket Sweepstakes. Get your Gold Fruit tickets today at winapoundofgold.com. Here's what to listen for this hour. Death toll rises after powerful twin earthquakes hit Venezuela. Supreme Court strikes down blue states' vampire rule in major win for gun rights. Michigan child care provider collected $1.1 million in taxpayer funds despite no visible signs of operating. Appeals court allows Ohio to enforce social media parental consent law, and SpaceX shares down nearly 20% from post-IPO high. Venezuela was rocked by two powerful earthquakes yesterday. A 7.2 magnitude quake followed just 39 seconds later by a larger 7.5 magnitude main shock, the U.S. Geological Survey has reported. At least 188 people have died and over 1,500 have been injured. Venezuela's National Assembly President Jorge Rodriguez said in a news conference. The death toll is expected to rise as search and rescue efforts continue. La Guara, the area hardest hit, has been described as a disaster zone. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled against Hawaii yesterday, handing a concealed carry permit holders a major victory in a 6-3 decision. The Supreme Court sided with the plaintiff in Wolford v. Lopez, who contested Hawaii's state law requiring a property owner's explicit permission to allow lawful gun owners to bring firearms into public businesses. Hawaii's law at issue here violates the constitutional right to keep and bear arms, Justice Samuel Alito wrote. This regime hobbles what the Second Amendment protects, the right of Americans to carry arms for self-defense as they go about their daily lives. The ruling reverses a decision by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit, which had upheld Hawaii's restrictions after the state enacted them in response to the Supreme Court's 2022 Bruin decision. Here we go again. Fox News is reporting Michigan lawmakers are investigating a child care provider that received more than $1.1 million in taxpayer-funded child care reimbursements, even though it doesn't appear to operate at its listed address. The investigation centers on First Premier Learning Academy and Dayton in Clinton Township and was launched by the Michigan House Oversight Subcommittee on State and Local Public Assistance Programs. Yet, repeated site visits found no evidence that children were being cared for at the advertised location, but it gets even better. Investigators said they were also unable to locate an active child care license for First Premier Learning Academy and Daycare. Our quote of the day, you go to pray to become a bonfire, a living flame, giving light and heat. St. Jose Maria Escriva. Coming up, a look at more headlines. You're listening to The Mike Church Show and the Red, White, and Dude Nation.
Membership has its privileges.
American Express was right back in the 1970s. Membership has its privileges, and no membership privilege is greater to a Red, White, and Dude Nation listener than membership in the elite membership club that is the Dude Number. Here's Lee to tell you how to get yours.
That's right, King Dude. Membership does have its privileges. And when it comes to the Dude Number, applying for membership has never been easier. Just head to mikechurch.com/dude to start the membership process. Your unique and one-of-a-kind membership and all the privileges that come with it awaits you. As a member, you'll enjoy private chat groups, VIP privileges to all Mike Church show events, early access to new Dude-geared store items, and of course, your unique Dude Number.
Dude 1210 reporting all quiet on the Eastern Front.
This is Mike's favorite punching bag, Dude number 13.
Hi, this is Steve. My Dude number is 2112.
Dude number 2004, proud member of the Red, White, and Dude Nation reporting for duty.
Become a part of something bigger than any talk show there is and apply for your Dude Number today at mikechurch.com/dude.
Membership has its privileges.
Find out about today's Saint of the Day in the Saint of the Day podcast from the Slaves to the Immaculate Heart Sisters by listening or downloading at crusadechannel.com/saint. Now look at more lifestyle headlines. A federal appeals court on June the 18th reversed a lower court ruling and allowed Ohio to enforce a law requiring parental consent for children under 16 to use social media platforms. The 2-1 decision by the 6th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals found that the Social Media Parental Notification Act does not violate the First Amendment. The law passed by the state legislature in 2023 took effect in January of 24, but was blocked by a district judge in April after NetChoice, a trade group representing major technology companies, filed a lawsuit challenging its constitutionality. The Social Media Parental Notification Act requires social media companies to obtain parental consent before allowing children under 16 to create accounts or access platforms. Shares of SpaceX, the rocket to artificial intelligence company, shaved off some of their initial public offering gains. To kick off the trading week, this last week, the stock declined nearly 12% to around $162 on June the 22nd, poised to register its third consecutive session loss. The company has fallen now close to 20% from its post-IPO high of about $202. SpaceX has become one of the world's most valuable companies since its blockbuster listing on June 12th, with its market cap vaulting above $2 trillion. It's topped Broadcom, Meta Platforms, Microsoft, and Tesla Motors, and briefly surpassed Amazon. I'm Janet Huxley for the Mike Church Show and the Red, White, and Dude Nation, because ethics in broadcasting matters.
I think I'll go to sleep and dream about piles of gold getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Here's a piles and piles of gold fun fact. When the Trump administration began, an ounce of gold cost $2,750. At the 17-month mark, with his Iran war and MAGA inflation, it's at $4,500. Now, we don't know where the $1,750 price difference went, but we do know that Mike Church has 1 troy pound of gold in his safe, and that he's going to give it away on July 2nd. And even if you're a neocon in MAGA clothing, you can still win it.
Win Mike Church's Pound of Gold. Tickets on sale now exclusively at winapoundofgold.com. Reposting Laura Loomer lies forgiven. Pardons sold separately.
What caller number were we supposed to take? Caller number 7.
This is Mike's favorite punching bag, Dude number 13.
Well, I already know what you're going to do with your pound of gold. You're going to buy new septic tanks, probably buy a new house after that.
I mean, the septic tank system's still not paid off for it.
You do a Tim Allen, win a pound of gold, you do home improvement?
I think that's probably where most of it would go, yeah. Our home is we're quickly outgrowing our home.
Well, Jeff, that's a good problem to have, to be outgrowing your home. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, give me the secret code word of the day to prove to people that you actually have to go to the site and you actually have to watch the video to get it.
Absolutely. I mean, you need some moolah to get some home updates, so.
All right, Schaefer 13, you are in the winner's circle. You got 2, not 1, but 2 shots to win that gold. Thanks for playing the game.
I'll be sure to purchase some more.
Okay, buddy. In the meantime, you can go to winapoundofgold.com, support the Crusade Radio Guild, who is here to protect, defend the good, the true, and beautiful through live television and talk radio.
Last time, I'm pretty sure what's killing the crops is this Brondo stuff.
The Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
So wait a minute.
What you're saying is that you want us to put water on the crops.
Yes.
Water. Like out the toilet?
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be out of the toilet, but yeah, that's the idea.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Okay, look, the plants aren't growing, so I'm pretty sure that the Brondo's not working. Now, I'm no botanist, but I do know that if you put water on plants, they grow.
Well, I've never seen no plants grow out of no toilet.
Hey, that's good. You sure you ain't the smartest guy in the world?
Yeah.
So let's go back. Okay, look, you want to solve this problem. I want to get my pardon, so why don't we just try it, okay? And not worry about what plants crave.
Brondo's got what plants crave. Yeah, it's got electrolytes.
What are electrolytes? Do you even know?
It's what they use to make Brondo.
Yeah, but why did they use them to make Brondo?
Because Brondo's got electrolytes.
What you bought your Dude Nation Metal membership for. The Mike Church Show is on hour number 3, last hour of the broadcast week. Asking the question of the day.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Well, I'll tell you, you know.
Oh, and remember, Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day.
Sure is.
So, you know, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
Friday.
It's Repo. It's Repo.
Yes, it is. A free phone ready. There you are charged with the task of telling us what it is we shall talk about here on the program. Telephone number to take me up on this kind, benevolent, beneficent offer. Use of these radio airwaves. Call me sometime when you have no class at 844-527-8723, 844-5-Crusade. Email address, same as it ever has been. I am KingDude at protonmail.com. There's some breaking news this hour. Breaking! John Bauman Bolton has just pled guilty to whatever it was that he was accused of. Sharing sensitive information and data. In other words, he was a traitor. And he was ordered to pay, what, $3 million in?
$2 million.
$2 million in fines. How much is that? $2 million. $2 million in fines, but he's not going to go to the big house, I guess.
Still uncertain.
Oh, it's still uncertain as to whether or not he's going to go to the big house. We don't know.
The judge will ultimately have this final say so.
Okay, so the judge could throw the book at him.
Well, the judge could give him up to 5 years.
So this just came out. So that's what we know, and that's what we know about it. And again, you can't do this on your silly little pre-recorded podcast with your black mic and your kitchen in the background. You just can't do it. But we're happy to do it here on your home for the 2026 Win a Pound of Gold. So you're participating in the raffle when you buy tickets. You're participating in the on-air contest when you play the Win a Pound of Gold game, when we play the soundbite of the day and do all that stuff. So, winapoundofgold.com. There's a brand new piece of affiliate artwork that you can get on the site at winapoundofgold.com if you're an affiliate, and if you have a ticket, you are. Just click affiliates, then click creatives, and it's at the top of the top of the page. It is the Mike Church Show. It looks like an old Western newspaper, extra, massive gold and silver strike on the Mike Church Show. Louisiana media host says, I'm giving away a pound of it. And then there is me with the silver, and that is an actual picture, by the way. Just got AI to do it. No, I actually took that picture. Now, the outfit wasn't exactly the same. But I did not have a 1860 or 1849 panhandler's vest, shirt, the dungarees, hat, and scarf hanging around. So that part of it had to actually be added. But the rest of the picture is real because people like him pictures. One more thing, gosh, there's so much stuff to get to here. All right. And James Carville is correct. We're going to play the soundbite. You know, before I do that, un cinema critique. We need to do some movie reviews. I haven't done them, and I was supposed to do it last week, and I didn't do it. And we've been so busy with this Win a Pound of Gold contest. Folks, they should make movies about this, because I can't tell you of just how intense it is to run one of these contests. There's a reason why we take a week off afterwards, because you need it. But having said that, I'm not angry about it. I love doing it, and I wish more people would do it. We're the only people keeping the on-air portion of the contest alive. But I did want to do the two movie reviews. I think I've talked about both of them. So, well, let me give them official. Un cinema critique, a film critic, Mike Church Show, Reagan's, and Mark's review. Let's start with the story of everything. The science that reveals a mind behind the universe. Now, I told you that I didn't even bother renting this. I just went, as soon as it was available, I bought it. Because I had watched a couple of the trailers, and it is so well done. It just, the only thing I can compare the story of everything to is the Maximilian Kolbe Center's Foundations Restored series. Now, this isn't a series. This is a one-off movie. And you'll see the guy, Dr. Stephen Meyer is the host. He's the guy that's on camera the most. They have John Lennox, who's a mathematician in it. Peter Thiel actually has a role in it. I know that's going to spoil it for some of you, and you're not going to watch it because Peter Thiel's in it. It doesn't have that big of a part in it, but he is in it, and he does actually say something that I didn't expect him to say. Brian Keating, who is a cosmologist, is in it. Luke Barnes, who is an astrophysicist, is in it. Dr. David Berlinski, who's a mathematician, is in it. Jay Richards, who is a philosopher, is in it, and he has a lot of parts in it. Robert Sheldon is a plasma physicist, and he's in it. Timothy McGraw is another philosopher, is in it. And then there's a biologist, Douglas Axe, That's in it. Michael Behe, a biochemist. You can go to their site, the story of everything .film is the website, the story of everything.film. The only way that you could have made this movie better, and it is a documentary, is to have made it longer. I'll just say that about it. It does not draw conclusions, which I think a really good film that's a documentary like this, that's the way you should do it. From my point of view, give all the accurate intel and information you can, display it, and it's beautifully done. I don't know who is responsible for the animations and the cinematography, because there is cinematography in it as well. It's so well done. The story of everything allows the viewer to make the conclusion. But it is inescapable to me that the story of everything would lead you to make any conclusion other than the universe is the product of a creator. You and I call him God. So Stephen Meyer is a philosopher of science, and he is the guy that does most of the on-screen hosting. He received his PhD in the philosophy of science from the University of Cambridge, a former geophysicist and college professor. He now directs the Discovery Institute Center for Science and Culture in Seattle. The story of everything goes through the whole gamut. It goes through the biosphere, or biology. It goes through the cosmosphere, or cosmology, that's the Earth, and it goes through the space, if you will, or the astrophysical world, and that's outer space. And it comes to the same conclusion in all three areas, and that is there is simply no way this stuff happened by accident, that it was intelligently designed, and the processes by which that are functioning and working are just so amazing and beautiful to behold that, that's really what people should take away from the story of everything, is that the story that is told in Genesis of a kind, benevolent, and loving God creating all this, and he creates all of it for man. The dog doesn't care. He howls at the moon with the wolf, but he doesn't care. Doesn't have an intellect to appreciate the beauty of the moon. So the story of everything, it's for Reagans. Yes, you could bring your kids to it. You can watch it at home. It's for rent. I wouldn't rent it. I just spend the money and buy it so that you can go back and you can refer to it. If you're asking or wondering, is there any Catholicism in it? No, there isn't. But at the same time, basically, there is, because the Catholic Church has held the teaching that Genesis is history and creation was the work of God. And all this movie does is just give you the science behind it. By the way, anyone that's a Darwinist after this film has come out is just an idiot. They're only doing it because they are professional charlatans, and it's their living. Because in one of the sequences there, Darwinism, or Darwin's explanation of the survival of the fittest and the mutation of single cells into larger cells and in clumps of cells, and then you get whatever. The whole thing's made up. The single cell origin of everything is destroyed. I mean, they don't just kind of walk around and kick the tires. They absolutely eviscerate it. The single cell might be the most amazing part of the whole film when they get in to tell you and to show you, well, no, it is a single cell, but there are literally thousands of processes happening inside the single cell. And then the ones that tell the cell what to do. It's a great movie. The story of everything. Get it today for Reagans. And then the second one that I'm going to review today is Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan Ghost War. I know a lot of you wanted me to watch this so I could review it for you. What? No, we didn't do it. I said I was going to do it, but I gave a brief summary, but I never actually reviewed it. Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan Ghost War, of course, you have John Krasinski in it. And look, who doesn't love John Krasinski? I love John Krasinski. John Krasinski is in it. He is every bit as what you would think he is as Jack Ryan. He's just a great actor. He's a lovable, likable guy. And he is now Jack Ryan. Ben Affleck is no longer Jack Ryan. Harrison Ford is no longer Jack Ryan. You think Jack Ryan, you think John Krasinski. Wendell Pierce is always good as Greer. And I love the Greer character. Of course, my favorite. I'm watching the movie and I'm going, Mike November. Michael Kelly is Mike November. Sienna Miller is in it. She is Emma Marlowe. Max Beasley is one of the bad guys. It's a good cast. It's well executed. The scene, the film begins basically in Dubai. And again, this is a sparkling, gleaming, modern city, and you look at it, you go like, holy moly, this is Dubai. Yeah, it's quite amazing. The storyline is that there is a plot to release the identities of all CIA, MI6, and KGB agents that are still currently alive, and this is going to spoil all the fun of the big spy agencies from continuing to do what they do. And of course, a lot of them are going to be killed because people are going to hunt them down and kill them. So that is kind of the plot line, and they have to bring Jack Ryan back in, who has quit. So Greer has to try to figure out a way to get him back into the CIA, and he ultimately does. Then there is a plot where the CIA basically teams up with MI6 to retrieve this little flash drive that has been stolen and has his data on it. And then they go through the motions of there's a bad guy and he kills a bunch of people. And I'm not going to spoil it for you. This is pretty much a run-of-the-mill spy fair flick. There's nothing that is outstanding about it. I actually thought the story towards the end got kind of cliched and lazy, and that they just went, okay, just make it a good popcorn flick. There's no real plot twist or turns in it, so it's just pretty... the plot that is set up in the beginning gets resolved exactly the way you know it's going to be resolved. And for that, it's just, there is no plot twist in it that is going to give you a surprise ending of any sort. As I said, it's well done. There's a lot of cursing in it. Probably doesn't need to be. There's no sex in it, but there is a lot of cursing. They could have done a better job. They could have written a better story, and they could have actually kind of like set it up for a sequel of sorts. They did not do that, so that's your spoiler alert. But it's worth watching. If you're a fan of the series, you will enjoy it. As I said, Wendell Pierce is always good as Greer, and you're always cheering for Greer. Even when he's in charge, he's still the underdog. And Krasinski is just good as Jack Ryan. I give it 2.5 Reagans, and those are your un cinema critiques for this week. I'm sorry, folks. There's just not a lot of stuff out there to watch. That's left. So hopefully I will find a couple to watch during this weekend, and we'll review them next. Probably, I guess we'll do them next Thursday. All right, let's do some digital media files. Play. Gosh, there's so many good ones on there. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Play digital media file number 9. I'm not playing this because I'm a fanboy for Stephen Miller again. I'm playing this because it's factual. And it's good information that you need to know. So the 2 Supreme Court cases that were decided yesterday. And by the way, we may get a decision or two today from SCOTUS blog. We're waiting to see. But here is Stephen Miller explaining the policy now of the Trump administration, which is good. You're all going to go like, hey, yeah, about time. And now that they can implement it.
So what actions does the administration plan on taking next, as well in the asylum case? There are millions of asylum seekers right now who are still waiting for their cases to be heard by federal judges. What is the administration doing to try to move some of those along the process?
Well, I think the most important point is that this administration, on the asylum point, is we've implemented international agreements all over the world to take in our asylum seekers. So America's doors are closed fully to asylum seekers. We've set up agreements where if you want asylum, then we will find a country elsewhere in the world to take you. It's very simple, a very elegant, a very complete solution. Now, of course, as you know, you've heard me talk about here many times before, all asylum claims across the southwest border are always fair. They always involve somebody who is coming from a country where they're not being persecuted based on race, religion, ethnicity, so on and so forth. Overwhelmingly, right, they're coming from other countries in the Western Hemisphere where there's no persecution based on religion, no persecution based on race, etc. In many cases, of course, they also come through dozens of other countries on their way here, where if they wanted asylum, they should have sought it first. In every case, they're either criminals, benefit seekers, economic migrants, welfare seekers, etc., etc. They're coming to join family members and so forth. But the good news for them is that you have other countries willing to take them.
So, America is CLOSCD closed. That is a Trump campaign promise, and as I have been saying, when the president gets one right, let's say that he got one right. And boy, how did they get this one right.
We don't know where the Ark of the Covenant is, but we do know that Mike Church will give you a chance to win his pound of gold. And all you have to do is listen for the golden sound of the day, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. on The Mike Church Show at MikeChurchShow.com and on YouTube at Real King Dude.
Hello, Red, White, and Dude Nation. I'm Janet Huxley at the Mike Church Show News Desk with your crucials for Friday, June the 26th, 2026. This report is brought to you by the Golden Truth Ticket Sweepstakes. Get your Gold Fruit tickets today at winapoundofgold.com. In the market report, the Dow closed a little up again, 0.14%. The S&P was down 0.01%, and the NASDAQ dropped a bit, 2.46%. Today, you may already know this, it is National Take Your Dog to Work Day. It's also National Beautician's Day and Barcode Day. It's National Chocolate Pudding Day. Historically, chocolate pudding is a variation of chocolate custard, using starch as a thickener instead of eggs. But the 1903 edition of Mary Harris Frazier's Kentucky Recipe Book and the 1918 edition of Fannie Farmer's Boston Cooking School Cookbook showed eggs and flour being used for both recipes. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, chocolate pudding was often used as an acceptable food to feed invalids and children. The dessert was high in calories. And today is National Coconut Day. We use the coconut in many different forms for our bodies in everyday cooking. From shredded coconut, cream, water, and oil, each provides essential nutrients and flavor. Its antiviral and antimicrobial properties are notable as well. Our quote of the day, you go to pray to become a bonfire, a living flame, giving light and heat. St. Jose Maria Escriva. You're listening to The Mike Church Show and the Red, White, and Dude Nation.
Hi, folks. It's Mike Church, founder of Founding Father Films, asking you to learn the true stories of America's founding by purchasing my movie, The Spirit of 76. The Spirit of 76 details the true story of the writing and ratifying of the U.S. Constitution.
And here I would make this inquiry of those worthy characters who composed a part of the late Federal Convention. Sir, give me leave to demand, what right have they to say, we the people? Who authorized them?
This animated movie comes complete with collector's booklets, DTS surround sound, and is packed with hours of bonus features. Learn the true stories of America's founding and order Mike Church's The Spirit of 76 on a 2-DVD or 3-CD set. Available now at mikechurch.com/DVD and by calling 844-527-8723. Yep.
Yep.
So, are we gonna do this regenerative farming thing or what?
Yep.
Who you calling degenerate?
Tommy, that's regenerate.
It means to recycle the earth, not till it to death.
Great, because I'm cycling rounds with Vera till death.
We're gonna starve to death, y'all.
Don't be a Tommy. Stock up on regenerative farming books and books to farm by in the Founders Trading Post. Books by Father Dennis Fahey, Father Vincent McNabb, Hilary Belloc, and many, many more. And remember, these books aren't just how-tos on moving earth, livestock, and sowing seeds. These books teach the family economy that flourishes on a small family farm, homestead, and yep, even suburban development. So start your collection and start your learning and change your family life for the better today. All books available at mikechurch.com/farm.
Hey, Rick, this row needs another pass. Where's the regenerate switch on this shovel?
I think I'll go to sleep and dream about piles of gold getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Here's a piles and piles of gold fun fact. When making Raiders, Spielberg chose the Golden Ark of the Covenant because he knew audiences wouldn't go, ooh, ah, if Nazis stole a parchment scroll containing a psalm. Now, we don't know where the Lost Ark is, but we do know that Mike Church has 1 troy pound of gold in his safe, and that he's going to give it away on July 2nd, and you don't have to say, ooh, ah, to win it.
Win Mike Church's Pound of Gold. Tickets on sale now exclusively at winapoundofgold.com. Ark of the Covenant sold separately. You want your favorite talk show shaken.
You look pale, Mr. Bond. I hope I didn't frighten you.
I see, I've always been a nervous passenger.
Not stirred.
Some men just don't like to be driven.
No, some men just don't like to be taken for a ride.
Unlike the fake conservatives in Zion Media, my church will never take you for a ride, but he will help you on your journey to a blessed eternity.
Welcome to 1975, Austin Powers and Forja. Excuse me while I change. The roller boogie has made me sweaty. Yeah, sweaty. You see, Mr. Powers, I love gold. The look of it, the taste of it, the smell of it, the texture. I love gold so much that I even lost my genitalia in an unfortunate smelting accident. Hence the name Gold Member.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Staying alive in too much heaven. No jive talking spoken here. You people really don't know what it's like to love somebody. This is some serious stuff. I did not start a joke. It's not the 1st of May, and I don't think our winner is going to be from Massachusetts. But he could win again. Of course, a bunch of Bee Gees songs thrown into that little montage there. Welcome back, Mike Church here with you. You're home for the 2026 Win a Pound of Gold contest competition here. And yes, we just snuck in the soundbite. We just snuck in the soundbite. So just a test to see if you people out there were listening or were watching. And guess what? You were. So we're going to get to the winner here in just a second here. First, obviously, go to winapoundofgold.com. You only have two chances left to win tickets, a Monday show and Tuesday show. So why wait? Why don't you go and try and win the affiliate competition tonight by selling the most tickets and taking out the current leader who is at $100. That's only 10 tickets. You could do this. So go to winapoundofgold.com. If you already have a ticket, that means you are an affiliate. Now, you don't have to do anything with it if you don't want to. If you do, just go and copy your affiliate link, which is in the affiliate tab at winapoundofgold.com. And then if you click the creatives tab while you're in affiliate in that section, you'll see all the artwork that we have been preparing and posting on Facebook, on the site at winapoundofgold.com, on X, and all our on YouBoob and all our other media. You'll see that there. Just click it, download it, and then you can use it and you can post it wherever you have a social media account, or you could just email that out to friends and family. What if you don't do social media, but you got email? Send them an image, send them your link, say, I'm in this contest. I'm trying to win a pound of gold. Thought you might be interested in trying to win a pound of gold as well. And I'm trying to win this affiliate sales contest as well. So here, click my link. And it's as simple as that. So winapoundofgold.com. Caller number 10, we have a winner here. And Maggie is smiling. She's excited. Let us go to the Win a Pound of Gold winner hotline for caller number 10. Caller number 10, surprise me. Who is this?
Hi, this is Colleen Avery. I'm calling through Census Fidelium. I found out about this.
Colleen Avery to Census Fidelium. Oh, wait a Steve Cunningham here is that one of his subscribers actually won the ticket today. That is
I watch him all the time in Clown Planet, and I heard you on the other week, and I started listening to you every day while I'm out gardening. So I just thought I'd try calling today. I can't believe I got through.
You did. That's awesome. I am so happy for you. Now you have to tell us, what are you gardening?
Vegetables, fruits, herbs. I love his herb show with Judson Carroll. I've been doing this for a while now. So it's a lot of work outside, and your show's awesome. I really enjoy it.
Well, Colleen, thank you so much. Do you happen to have the secret password of the day?
Smackers?
Yes! Smackers. Smackers, clams, or bones, or whatever you call them. Well, Colleen, you now have $100 worth of Golden Truth tickets. You're in the contest, and you have a chance to win my gold. What will you do with it? Are you gonna expand your gardening operation if you were to win it?
Someday we'd love to do a homestead, but right now we're helping our moms with financial issues. Our fathers have passed, so we've got a lot of bills. So that would be great.
All right, so you'll pay bills with it?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, Colleen, I am so glad that you called and that you won. And too bad we don't live nearby so we could sample some of those vegetables and stuff that you're growing. But I wish I lived closer to Steve, too, so I could get some of his peaches.
Oh, my goodness, me too. I'm up in Pennsylvania, so we have to buy ours from elsewhere, so yeah.
And I didn't know until I watched his gardening show, because he sent it to me. I didn't know that you could even grow peaches in buckets, but a peach tree in a bucket, but apparently you can.
You can grow just about anything in a 5-gallon bucket, even with limited space, so yeah.
All right, well, Colleen Avery from Census Fidelium, our big winners today. Colleen, congratulations and good luck to you.
Thank you so much. God bless. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, you too. God bless you and Mary keep you. Folks, that just proves so we got a winner from the Census Fidelium YouTube audience. That makes us so happy. So not only have we earned some new listeners over there, but I hope I have also rekindled a affection and an appreciation for live talk radio that just happens to be broadcast on video as well. Because it is a dying art and it needs new artists. And so when you buy a Golden Truth ticket, you support the Crusade Radio Guild and the Ethics and Broadcasting Network here and the work that, look, we're keeping it alive right now. We'd love to have more people. I'd love to pitch this show to someone else who's coming up next here on the Ethics and Broadcasting Network. And again, it's not that people haven't tried, because there have been, as all of you know, but to do this and to do it well every day, you have to commit to it. It's what you do. And your people that are out there that are podcasters, they haven't committed to broadcasting. They've committed to clicks and likes. They're committed to providing you outrage porn and to patting their own egos in the most instances. So maybe I'm speaking to someone out there going like, I'd like to give this broadcasting thing a try. Well, you can't come in now. The door is closed unless you're going to join the Crusade Radio Guild. And it's a lifetime membership. All right, well, speaking of, the contest is successful enough. There are some programs that we have talked about, and I've talked about them, like the Augustine scholarships, which anyone could do over a summer, for example, and you could do it remotely and kind of learn some of what we do here without actually being here. So Crusade Radio Guild is real. Census Fidelium's and the work that Steve does, he does have a nonprofit as well, is real. So support two of the good guys here who are fighting the Malachian satanic media, and one of them who is trying to preserve, protect, and defend live radio and television broadcasting the way it ought to be and used to be done by getting your Golden Truth tickets today. Look, just buy 20 of them and go like, okay, KingDude, I'm taking a shot to win your gold, but it's consider it a donation as well. Go to winapoundofgold.com. That's winapoundofgold.com. Speaking of, let's play digital media file number 12, because I can riff on this. I like that word, riff. This is Tucker Carlson, who they're splitting this interview up that he did with this woman from, I think it's Sky News, which is basically, it's not the BBC, it's Rupert Murdoch's version of the BBC, if you want to know. This is just one of the many clips from of this interview, but I think that this one is a kind of a good one to talk about, as America 250 is right around the corner. It's 10 days away now. The Golden Truth ticket ends next Thursday. You got to get your ticket by Wednesday midnight Central Time. So get going. Here's Tucker.
I don't know. How do you pull back from this totally lopsided economy where the worst people in America become billionaires and everyone else withers? How do you pull back to just like a reasonable vision of meritocracy where like people who work hard and do the right thing get rewarded? I don't know. That is the actual question. It's easy not to like have a regime change war with Iran. Just don't do it, Dumbo. But how do you fix generations of lies about our economy, that we have a free market capitalist system? No, we don't. This is like some grotesque monopoly-based system that's really destructive. And most of our problems flow from that system. So anyway, I don't know, but I'm worried you're going to have a stupid, hateful demagogue leverage the totally legitimate economic frustrations of the country to institute something that's really, really bad. I don't know.
Which is why we should secede before they can do it. That's a really good jumping off place to talk about the seceded counties of America, the SCA, the group. I asked this question, and like most rhetorical questions, even if I asked it directly, I think I got one response. One person, Janie, said something about it. Good idea, Mike. Seceded states or seceded counties of America. What if Tucker's right? I mean, what if, because, and I think that this part of this is intentional. There are people that want an economic disaster to happen or a financial disaster to happen, so a strong man, a dictator, can arise. Or maybe it would be a dictatorship that would come in the form of a political party so that it can arise. You can't let this happen in your region, in your town, in your county, in your state. Now, you could say region, but you can't let this happen. And these people and these wacky ideas, these intrinsically evil, these are diabolical ideas. What these Democrat Socialist America are running around promoting and talking about is simply straight up theft. Yeah, Mom Donnie, I mean, we had the soundbite today, basically saying that, well, no, people are going to die as a result of the SCOTUS ruling. Not if they don't do stupid things. So the salvation and the feeding of the world. See, now they're out there. Play Mom Donnie, Maggie, because look, this is a confession. This is one of the three ring puppets, or the three rings of the Pinko Commie Circus. This is one of its leaders, if not its titular leader, basically telling you, yeah, we bring people here to the United States so they don't assimilate, and so that we can subsidize and feed them and subsidize the rest of their lives and bring their families over to do the same thing. Well, here, don't take it from me. Listen to him.
We saw today the Supreme Court make a decision that is putting so many people's lives in jeopardy. And I just came back from a rally with 1199 as I stood alongside a number of Haitian New Yorkers who are concerned about what this means for their status in our city. And frankly, this city, the one that we love, is one that has been built by so many from so many different parts of the world. And that includes our Haitian brothers and sisters, our Syrian brothers and sisters. And we stand here ready to be in solidarity with all of those who are concerned by today's decision. And beyond just language of solidarity, actions of solidarity. Now, what that means when it comes to our city is if you are worried about what this means for your status, if you're worried about what this means for your family, I would encourage you to call our Mayor's Office of Immigrant Affairs hotline. And you can do so at 1-800-354.
You don't need to hear the rest of this. We're reaching out to our Haitian and to our Somalian and our Syrian brothers and sisters. What do you do for your American brothers and sisters? Zoran, Moran, Kami, Mamdami? Take your money. Other than take their money and give it to the aforementioned Haitian, Syrian, Somalians. Enough, bro. Enough. Sitting there in your little incubator in New York City and see for how long you can continue running around and promising free food, free health care, free daycare, all the things that socialism promises. And it never delivers. You know what it does deliver on, though? And it's really good at this. Death. Misery, death, and destruction. And we don't want it. And we're not going to have it. So you can make all the little videos that you want. You can, look, my daughter and my son-in-law live in his Hades. I asked my baby girl the other day, I said, Maddie, what do you think about Mom Donnie? And she goes, ugh. That's all I got was a harumph out of her. Ugh. And I said, I know. I said, did you know you were a millionaire? She goes, nope. Jack and I did not know that we were millionaires because we own our apartment. You know, if you live in New Tenochtitlan City, this is not like living in Mandeville, Louisiana. You can't go buy a 3-bedroom, 1,800 square foot, 2-bath home to raise the family in for $350,000. Or whatever it's probably about $350,000. In New Tenochtitlan City, if you could find an apartment, that's if you could find one that had 3 bedrooms in it and a pair of bathrooms in it and a decent neighborhood and without neighbors who aren't Section 8 lowlifes, you're going to pay $5.5 million for that. That's just a fact. That's what communism, rent control, which is what communism. Okay, what TKG? They're not socialist in New York City. It's probably one of the most socialist places on earth. Anywhere where you have rent control, that's socialism. That is one of the tenets. It basically says you don't own your property. The state does. We're going to let you pretend like you own it. We're going to let you pay for all the upkeep and maintenance of it, but we're not going to let you profit from it the way that you should be able to in a free market. John Daniel Davidson. After 250 years, our American republic is coming apart. The crisis we face today is existential. Too many Americans, both native-born and naturalized, have been taught to despise their country. You know, John Daniel, I actually agree with Eric Moyer in the piece that we have been reading from all week long on his Substack. Title of the piece is America's Original Sin, the 1787 Coup, Cult of Consent, and Inversion of Logos. Why contempt for law is American tradition. President Donald John Trump only reveals it. And we've been talking about Eric's essay, and I've been bringing parts into it all week. I think that one of the things that Moyer's correct about, and I think Frank Wright is correct about this when he does the same thing and talks about England or Great Britain, and I think that Mike Church is correct. I think that I am correct when I talk about it from the same point of view, and that is it. And I'd love to hear or to read John Daniel Davidson confront it from the same point of view, and maybe he will. It's not the polis, P-O-L-I-S, from the Greek. It's not the polis that is failing. I mean, it is, but I think that's just baked into the system of democracy. A republic is a step above. We don't have a republic anymore, but it's not the polis so much that is failing as it is the people that are failing. And the people are failing because the one institution that is supposed to be the bulwark, the bedrock, the foundation of their civilization, for the most part, and this does not cover everyone, and it's not a blanket statement. I'm not talking about you, and I'm not insulting you and your family. That one entity is no longer carrying out its mission, which is the salvation of souls. Now, in some instances, it does, and where it happens, you love to see it, and it's good, it's true, and it's beautiful. But more times than not, we wind up lamenting that it's not doing it, and that, of course, is the Catholic Church. You can complain all you want. You can call me names. You can say, "Oh, here he goes again." You can all of that. You can just go ahead and do it. You know, I saw some guy on Twitter today say, "I'm tired of seeing Catholic. I'm a Catholic and I want to see Jesus, Jesus, Jesus." When you say Catholicism, you are saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Because you are saying the actual Logos. You are saying what the Logos commanded. And the church he left to teach it and to defend it and to institute it and to implement it. It is Christ. It is. We are in the mystical body. So I'm saying the church militant. And in the ages of faith, they had it. Now, and again, you want to go back to the 13th century? No, I just want to bring 13th century faith. And there was a love for it. It wasn't forced. This is what people misunderstand. This is not Islam. It is not enforced by the sword. It is not enforced by the threat of death. It is obedience to the unenforceable. It is enforced by the individual and by love. It is God's love for you. It is your love for God. That is the enforcement mechanism. And God is a benevolent Father who you do not, like your own earthly father, want to disappoint. And when the church teaches what disappoints God, and you go like, oh, okay, I'm not supposed to do that. Yeah, don't do that. That's called a sin. Don't do that. When the church teaches it, promotes it, and defends it, then a civilization that internalizes that and tries to practice it is a better civilization. I'm sorry. If this offends you, it just is. That's just the way it is. And look, we have reality says we have examples of it. So Moyer concludes his essay. I wanted to share the conclusion because I didn't get to the conclusion Tuesday, Wednesday, or yesterday. So let's do the conclusion. To say your political identity is built on a fraud produces the same psychic effect as saying your origin story is false. Even when the evidence is overwhelming, the cost of acceptance is existential rather than intellectual. The psyche instinctively chooses manageable falsehoods over unbearable truth. Most people cannot follow this path, not because it is false, but because it requires identity death before consolation. Participation persists, not because it persuades, but because it anesthetizes. Restoration fantasies recur, not because they succeed, but because they defer grief. That's all the MAGA thing did, it just deferred the inevitable. That's a salient, brilliant point. The path outlined here demands something harsher: renunciation of political agency as illusion, refusal without replacement, acceptance of judgment without timetable, and fidelity without visible efficacy. That is the narrow gate. Christ never promised it would be crowded. He promised it would be real. I'm just going to pause for a second here to reflect on that. When Christ said, try to pass through the narrow gate, the path will be followed by many, but few would pass through the narrow gate. Try to enter through the narrow gate. Most people, especially most Americans, most Christians in the world today, vast majorities of them, think that he was only referring to your spiritual life, what it is that you do on Sunday. Maybe some of what you do in the evening or in the morning if you're a praying person. But it's limited to when you are doing things that are religious in nature or by definition. I don't view that at all. And I think this is one of the signal points that I have tried to make this week and will continue trying to make. That passing through the narrow gate, you pass through the narrow gate in your family, in your marriage, in your duties as parent. You pass through the narrow gate as a neighbor. You pass through the narrow gate as a brother, as a sister, Brista, as a niece, as a nephew, as an uncle, as an auntie, as a grandpa, as a grandma, as a grandson, as a granddaughter. You pass through the narrow gate as a carpenter, or as a welder, or as a financial advisor, as a truck driver. You pass through the narrow gate as a retiree. You pass through the narrow gate as a laborer. You pass through the narrow gate as an entrepreneur. You pass through the narrow gate in every conceivable field. You know, I once used to joke back in 2012, 2013 or so, when I came back to the church full time and started grasping that sacred tradition, that one of the first things that I learned was that there aren't two confessionals. There's not the one confessional you go to where Father hears all the things that you did in your personal life, and then there's this confessional over here where Father hears all the confessions of all the sins that you committed in your job. Do you think that that's accidental? If you steal something from someone and it is in the course of you executing your vocation or your job or your career or whatever, is it still not a sin? you see, I think this is what I think that we have lost. Now, we're still good people out there, and we still have some of this. And it certainly can be, it can be returned to and restored. But you'd have to aspire to restore it. And as Moyer is saying here, incrementalism, you're not going to get this incrementally. You're either going to do it or you're not. And I don't think having MAGA hanging around or America First or whatever hanging around, this is aspirational. But it never seems to come to fruition. Maybe we should change the goal. Maybe if you change the goal, and it would still maybe be a bit elusive, and you go like, yeah, I never really got to holiness. Well, being humble is part of holiness. So there's not going to be anyone running around saying, yay, we achieved holiness. I'm holy. Because the minute you say you're holy, that's the minute you're prideful and you're not holy. Moyer concludes, the only radical and spiritually honest response is to reject the cult of legitimacy. Abandon the rituals of national myth. Accept the irreversibility of the founding betrayal. Just accept it. Whether Moyer is right or wrong, there were Federalists and there were Anti-Federalists. He's right about that. The Anti-Federalists, everything they said was going to go wrong has come to fruition. The Federalists, everything they said was going to go right, for the most part, has not. So just accept it. Accept that the system from the get-go is the greatest attempt at it, probably in the history of Earth, but it has failed. It is failing. And that's okay. Because when there's rubble, you can clear it out, and then you can start over again. Hope is not found in redeeming fallen regimes, but in fidelity to Jesus Christ and his Catholic Church, the only institution against which the gates of hell will not prevail. We are called to be in the world, not of it, to bear witness to truth, not to sanctify any political order. No constitution or nation stands at the center of history. Jesus Christ, truth himself, remains as judge, cornerstone, and measure of all things when every regime has passed. And that's how he ends it. Pretty sure that our Lord actually said that, didn't he? And he said, all of this will pass, but my word shall not pass. So I think that keeping these things in perspective and thinking of them in that manner is what the order of the day ought to be. You know, which is not to say that you can't pop some fireworks, have some hot dogs, eat corn on the cob, go to a parade, and enjoy Independence Day and enjoy the 4th of July. And yes, the licentious freedoms that the United States of America does confer on us. But, you know, we have freedoms from things, though, that we shouldn't have freedoms for. Should not have the freedom to murder babies. Should not have the freedom to abort babies. Should not have the freedom to contracept babies. Should not have the freedom to do any of those social, moral things that we know are sinful. And this is where I think the wheel comes off. And you're not going to get that wheel back on to that hot rod if that hot rod still says that somebody can come along with this thing called a vote and can undo it again. The only enduring way to do it is to acknowledge that, no, this can never come to a vote. Look at what happened in Irish. Now, I think the Irish people, though, I think that they're going to actually save themselves. I think that this horror of events that has occurred with abortion, with divorce and abortion and homos, all being like legislatively or not legislatively, what's the word? Through ballot initiatives approved. I think that they have seen what this did in a short amount of time to so many of the Irish people that they got scared. They got shocked because it didn't produce what it was claimed to have that it was going to produce. And instead, it produced a tendency towards anarchy, violence, and demands for more. And they look, until you wipe it off the books and go back to being the Ireland of the Emerald Isle of St. Patrick and all those great Irish saints, you're going to have that. It'll never stop. The referendums will never end because the demons don't take coffee breaks, they're not in unions, and they don't sleep. So as we ponder the coming events of the week or the weekend, today is the last day that you can compete for the contest within a contest for the Grand Championship Affiliate Sales Trophy. Are you going to take it seriously and go get your affiliate link? Are you going to help the Ethics of Broadcasting Network, Census Fidelium, and the Crusade Radio Guild, and also help your friends and yourself? You get more tickets, more chances to win the gold. What here, think of it this way. What charitable things could you do with that gold? The Slaves to the Immaculate Heart Sisters are out promoting sales of tickets. They want to win it so they get a $50,000 shot in the arm towards their monastery. Brother Andre Marie is out there doing the same thing. So you can pay your ticket forward. You can donate it right there in the box when you check out. You can say, I'm donating these 20 tickets to St. Patrick's Catholic Church. If I win it, I'm going to give all the gold to Father Garrett O'Brien. You can do that. We designed the contest that way. So hopefully there will be a massive surge going towards the final stretch of next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But why wait? So become the affiliate champion tonight. Get your Golden Truth tickets today. Let Maggie have a wonderful and a peaceful weekend knowing that, okay, well, at least we're not going to go bankrupt. So go to winapoundofgold.com, winapoundofgold.com. Get your tickets today. And again, remember, you can treat it as it's a donation because I have a nonprofit 501c3 and Steve Cunningham has a nonprofit 501c3. What is happening this weekend? Well, there's no really big events. There are some warm-up 250s in Mordor. If news breaks out today, I was stalling to see if the SCOTUS blog was going to give us some Supreme Court opinions.
I thought they were doing one today. Hold on.
Because I really want to know what the decision is going to be in Barbara versus Trump. Because this, to me, if it goes against Trump, well, then secessions, I think, will be the result.
I don't see anything on the docket today.
Okay, so they're probably not going to release it today, so we're probably going to have to get it early next week. So we'll keep an eye on it. If news does break out, we will break in. I want to thank everyone for listening. You have a choice of what to listen to and what to watch. Please share the YouTube channel. Let me make a final point about this. If YouTube is the number one place to watch videos, and if the Mike Church Show is the only live show that is actually doing live talk radio and television the way that it has been done for decades and decades and has thrilled and educated and entertained and helped to build communities with so many hundreds upon hundreds of millions of people, well, then we should be more popular on YouTube. I can't do that. I can try and trick the algorithm into sharing me with other people, but that's all I can do. You can tell someone else, hey, you should check out the Mike Church Show. It's on at Real KingDude on YouTube. He's got his own channel. It's really cool. You could do that. I can't do it. So think about sharing that. Go to winapoundofgold.com. Just shopping in our store is also a great thing to do. You need your barbecue supplies for next weekend. Get them today so we can ship them out to you. Shop.mikechurch.com. Don't forget your Roo paddle. You're cooking with the KingDude apron. All my seasonings and spices. Why not throw a book or two in there to read some cigars? And don't forget the coffee. Capuchin Holy Roast coffee. Such a great blend. We're actually drinking it today. Capuchin Holy Roast and whole bean or ground, or the New Orleans coffee and chicory blend, which if you've never had it, try it. Try a bag or 16 today. Shop with us today and all weekend at shop.mikechurch.com. Become a Dude Nation member by going to mikechurch.com/join. So all of that is there, and plus the contest, and we'll be sending emails out and keeping you updated on who's in the lead for the affiliates and lots of other stuff. Have a safe and blessed remainder of this feast, John and Paul today, right? The martyrs. And if news breaks out, we will break in. Websites at winapoundofgold.com. My site's at mikechurch.com. Have a safe and blessed remainder of the day. God bless you and Mary keep you.